This episode is brought to you by Accenture. When your advertising operations fall out of sync, everything else follows. Spotify and Accenture are working together to reinvent the rhythm of ad sales, using automation, analytics, and smarter workflows to simplify campaign delivery and access better data across the business. The result? Less time spent on operations, more time connecting brands with the moments and fandoms that matter most. Learn more at accenture.com/Spotify.
When you need to build up your team to handle the growing chaos at work, use Indeed Sponsored Jobs. It gives your job post the boost it needs to be seen and helps reach people with the right skills, certifications, and more. Spend less time searching and more time actually interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need a hiring hero? This is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs.
Well, it's been a quiet week here in Lake Skabegon, my hometown. This week, the Squids sit down with steel pan percussionist Aaron Cote, member of the Island Time Steel Band, Panoramic View, the Sunshine Melodies, the Copacetics, and viral videos of punk and ska cover songs with a Caribbean flair. They talk all things music, Rhode Island, cruise ships, and what happens when your mom finds your contraband CDs.
Hey, man. How you doing?
I'm all right.
Good.
Long time no see.
Oh, freak out.
Freak out. That's right.
So the whole ride back, anytime we saw a cookout sign, the Coog just goes, "Aw, cookout."
Cookout. Good for him.
Yes.
Good for him. I love that. That's the sort of thing that I wish more of that happened.
Me too.
And then south of the border.
Oh, and then did you guys stop?
No. Anytime there was a Buc-ee's, it was, "Hi, Bucky." and then followed by south of the border.
I love it.
That's fantastic.
But it had to be said exactly like that. Just matter of fact, south of the border.
I love it. I had so much fun with the Coog this weekend.
I think he had fun.
I mean, and all of you too. But you know.
All right. Good evening. Afternoon. It's evening where you are.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
There we go. How you doing?
I'm doing really well. You can hear me.
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, good. Because, you always talk about podcast mics and stuff, and I'm like, I have these things in me.
You know what? You sound great. And honestly, podcasts are, I think everyone has adapted their ears to, that's the way we do things these days. So, and here's the thing, your videos sound great.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Those mics are over there, and I don't know how I would even use them on a podcast.
Right. Yeah. I was going to say, do we get like an acoustic demo or something? But it's my guess is that's way too much tech to throw together.
It's tonight. A little late for my neighbors. Because actually, I would love to show you. I just, I would get kicked out of. I rent here.
Right.
Yep.
So,
I understand that.
Yeah,
I got you. Yeah, and the rent ain't cheap, so you got to make sure that you can keep on paying it.
What part of the world are you in?
Funny you should ask. I'm in Rhode Island, and yeah, right.
What part of Rhode Island?
I've listened to your podcast a little bit. I know who you are. No.
My dude. All right.
Ask me about Rhode Island in a little bit.
All right.
Sounds like a plan. Yeah.
That way I can act surprised. Because I already am, and I can fake that part.
That was funny. Good.
There we go.
All right,
yeah,
so the intro, Brock.
Yeah, of course. Kevin is
in
Boston. Well, not Boston proper. He's on the Cape.
On the Cape.
He's not in the Cape. He's on the Cape.
Yes.
Which we've been very clear about. You can't be in the Cape. You're only on it.
Right.
But and then my wife came from Boston by way of Virginia. So kind of, regionally. And the first time I ever went to Boston was to see her. So
nice.
So we all know the environs. I've only been to Providence and only by the commuter rail. So I don't know Providence all that well, but
we're
going to change that at some point. Yeah. Aaron Cote from Cote Percussion. Hello. How do you do?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on.
I'm glad you're here. You're here with us. You just met Kevin, you just met Pete. And It turns out you all are in the party and I'm missing it out there on the East Coast.
We could have just gotten together and podcasted in the same room.
We could
I
have.
added you guys as friends today just because I was like, I want to know which one of you is from my state. That's what I was like. I hear you talk about this every once in a while, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I got to see before I talk to you guys who lives near me.
I dig this. So then what state are you in?
So I'm in Rhode Island.
Oh, okay. What part of Rhode Island? We can leave it out, but just what
Oh,
part?
I don't care. Right now we live in East Greenwich, so
Oh, okay.
dead splat in the middle. I'm like 2 miles from the center of the state, I think.
Yeah. I'm in East Providence. East Providence. Yeah.
I had to drive over that bridge today.
Oh, I did at midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we got back from Savannah at where my plane landed at 11:30 as the time of recording, and finally got out of there in my checked bag and got over that bridge at about midnight.
And what was in Savannah? You guys all went?
I'm glad you asked. Yeah.
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 Wow, so good. We were there for Squad 5-0's final show.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
My
And,
brother just mentioned this. I wonder if he was there.
oh,
My brother lives in Beaufort, South Carolina,
Okay.
which
Oh,
is
really?
like 50 minutes from Savannah. So I'm very familiar with the area. I go from time to time. And I was telling him we saw Squad 50 at the Fireside Bowl in Chicago when I was 15 years old.
Oh, really?
I went to go
Really?
visit him. He was living in Chicago at the time. And I think it was Squad 50 and the Gadgets.
Oh,
Dude,
wow.
And it was
that's
right at
fantastic.
the time that people decided ska wasn't cool. And the Gadgets were like, we're a funk band or a soul band or something. And I was just like, but your music used
Rock
to be
with
good.
horns. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was an interesting thing. But I'm glad you got to go to the final show.
yeah. It was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
It was a great show. I'm sad that they're never going to play again because, as you know, once someone says they're done, they never play any more
That's
shows.
right.
They'll never
That
will.
is
It's
Right.
a contract. It's a promise.
Ever since
but,
the Eagles.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And share.
Until hell freezes over.
And
Yeah.
5 Iron Friends, all of them. They're just no more,
Yeah.
especially in our realm. Yep.
I
Well, I'm
went
glad
to that.
I got a cowbell from the final show because
Oh, Pete,
otherwise,
wow.
otherwise
What do they
it
call
would
that,
be-
Pete?
That's the big spanker.
That's right.
Otherwise, it would this would depreciate in value if they ever get back together.
That's
That's
right.
right.
Yeah.
You hear that,
because
John? You hear that, Jeff? You hear that?
for anybody who doesn't know, when Squad 50 plays a show, they buy a brand new cowbell
Brand
and
new.
they attach it to the drum rack. And there's a fair amount of cowbell in some of their coolest songs. And once they're done with the show, there's the big spanker, as they call it, on the merch table. And if you're the first one in line with however much it costs to buy a cowbell, you get it. So Kevin got the first. Kevin, is yours back there?
Yep, right here.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, perfect. He also signed. I'm really glad I got
Wow.
mine signed. I have one that is signed, and
Yeah, mine's a little
because-
smudgy, but it's all good.
Yeah, and it's missing whose signature?
Just
Justin's.
missing Adam. We're
Oh,
just missing
Adam. Okay. Yep.
If that way, yeah, we have Justin because he was the one that gave it to me. So
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yep. Right. He's the one that bought it too, I think.
Yes. No.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah. So tomato. Yeah. It was.
Right.
It was procured.
Potato. Yeah, and so Jared also got a big spanker. Do we know were they both used? I forgot to look.
They were both
were,
used. They
okay,
were
they
both
were
used.
both mounted
I
to the
saw
drum
him
rack.
switch them out during.
Oh.
Yeah. So
So it's
he
like
used
half the
he used
show,
both
then
of
second
them.
half of the show. Okay.
He gave me a little inside baseball, and he said there was only
Uh-huh.
2 songs that used cowbell. So
They're
so
coolest.
he used one cowbell for one and one cowbell for the other, and we can't tell which one. But that's all right. It was used for the same amount of
Go
time.
back and listen to the recording and see which
That's right.
one sounds
Right.
like the one that you have. Yeah.
That's right.
That's that one. Yep. There it is.
Yep.
This one's slightly sharper than the other one, right?
That's right. That's right.
You know, they're both precision tuned by, is it LP? Is it LP Percussion that makes those?
Yeah.
Get the
That
same
sounds
brand
good.
both times?
Yep.
Okay, yep. That's
How
what
funny
I've
would
got
it
Yeah,
too.
be-
there's a sticker on there. Oh yeah.
What
All right.
what if they bought like a different brand cowbell every time they bought
I
for
know.
one show? I mean, there's only I don't know, 10 cowbell makers probably. But
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's
It would be
what's the
It would be interesting.
what's the lowest quality cowbell brand? That's not just like a Temu, like, generic situation.
Oh no, yeah, I was gonna say it's got to be one of those like kids pack that like they sell all the instruments in one little case.
Right.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
Like the Fisher
But I
Price
don't know.
pack.
Oh wait, mine
I
says Fisher Price. What?
yeah,
That's
I I
FP,
always
not
buy
LP.
LP. Yeah, I like the LP brand, so I stick to it. But LP, if you're listening, no.
Yeah. And Aaron, do you play some cowbell?
I have been known to play some cowbells.
Okay, there we go.
I
Because
even like
it's
to play more than one on a show, but different sizes at the same time, like
okay.
back and forth. Yeah,
Kind of like a
So an
handbill thing,
FP, an
except different.
LP. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, love it.
Um, I have another question for I have a question for Pete now, since
Yeah.
you're in Rhode Island. You're
Do
okay
it.
Yes.
in East Providence. Have I know that you're a fan of some ska bands. Are you a ska
Yes.
fan or just a fan of the bands that you?
Ooh.
So like in the world, but not of it. Got it. No. I am a ska fan. Yeah.
Okay, and do you go see local ska bands?
Sometimes.
Okay. Have you heard of the Copacetics?
No.
Okay.
I've heard
Have you
of them,
gone?
but I've not seen them.
I've heard of the word copacetic, but
Aha, it is a word.
And this is Rhode
Have you?
Island
yes.
ska?
Yeah,
And
this is
Brock
in
didn't even
Rhode
teach it
Island.
to me. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen? Where do you go see your ska shows locally? Do you go in Rhode Island or do you cross the state line?
I,
I guess
I mean,
this Kevin could answer this too.
Mhm.
I'll say that it's Fet or the Met, or I'm trying to come up with another thing that but no, or sometimes Middle East downstairs, and sometimes AS 220. So
Okay.
yeah,
I'm just gonna throw
yeah,
out
put
a
it
club
out.
name for you. So, there's a club called Alchemy
Hmm?
Oh yeah,
that
I love
has
Alchemy.
featured. Yeah, they've had some great bands coming through, like the Planet Smashers.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Were in town last year. The Toasters have been here a couple times recently.
yeah,
So if you're looking for ska shows, that would be a place
oh
to
yeah,
see them. And the guy that runs that club now, I'm going to say things that I don't know. You can fact check. That's one
yeah.
of the things you do, right? No.
It
Sure.
is
Um,
Yeah,
That's what
purportedly,
our
always.
yes.
listeners
Always.
do.
That's right.
Yeah, our listeners
um,
fact check. I mean, if it's Providence,
the
I'll fact
guy,
check.
one of the club owners, or I would say the owner, but I think
Yeah.
it's maybe one of the club owners, has run so many of the clubs you've probably been to locally.
Oh, yeah.
And so he's been around for, I mean, I was a single digit aged child when he was hiring bands. I think he hired Nirvana at one point. Like he booked
Yeah. I
Really?
Nirvana.
believe that.
So
I
he's
believe
Wow.
been
that.
around doing the thing. He had another club where I saw Mephistopheles a couple years ago, and gosh, a whole bunch of other bands. And I'm just I
That's
didn't
awesome.
come prepared with notes.
That's okay.
It's
We
all
never
good.
do. You're fine.
Open up your iPhone and figure out like what's in your ska section in your music app.
Uh,
We'll just kind of figure it
It,
out.
you've listened to our podcast. We don't come with notes either, except I only write things down. And
Wait, you didn't come with notes?
I brought the notepad with me to Savannah, and I looked at my notepad and I went, I love when I have no idea what I wrote.
Yeah, we're a show that makes notes during recording and then we go back and figure it out later sometimes.
Sometimes,
yeah.
yeah, no, I like to go
Right.
back as
Yeah,
I
no.
listen.
Pete's job on
Um,
this show is to write things down. Yeah.
I just doesn't have to make sense.
No, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
That's
actually
his
going to
job.
see Mephistopheles next month. They're coming down to the Cape and playing our local beer garden.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Neptunes.
Yep.
Neptunes. I've
Yeah.
been there. It's a
Yeah.
great spot.
Jay Roddy's
Hmm.
coming to Neptunes. I'm stoked for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Full disclosure, I love ska, but I haven't been to a lot of ska shows lately.
Oh, okay.
I'm more. I go to. I went to more ska shows when I lived in New York than I have in Rhode Island. But if I see something coming around that I want to check out, I definitely would. So,
Right on.
Copacetic,
Ah,
they still around? I'm
yeah.
guessing you have
So
some connection to them.
I do. Yeah. And so I going back to my origin story that you haven't asked me
Please.
about. Do you
Yeah,
need to
that
do
was
some kind of an intro other than what we've done so far?
So
I don't
here's
know
the
what.
thing. I was about to, and yet we're still talking inside baseball. Yankees suck about ska. So
Brock,
I
you
wanted
know
to
sports. Yeah, we sports.
sports, go sports. Um, I wanted to give a shout out to my local ska band, which not super local, like a Portland act
The
called Star
Seattle
Six
Mariners.
Nine. Yes, go Mariners. Um, Star 69 is a Portland ska band, and they
Not
are
in
the
time.
most recent, I think, independent ska band that I've seen, if I'm not mistaken. They do a good thing, and I think they're pretty active on the local circuit. So there's that, and then yeah, being in Oregon, which I guess is the latitudinal opposite of Rhode
Oh
Island.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
just all the way
And
across the
this
country.
is why I said that Brock wasn't the one that taught me copacetic. I already knew that word.
But there's this little farm that we go to. We're like a CSA because we're super crunchy. You guys know how crunchy I am.
Oh yeah.
And we get our vegetables there. But they have this thing every summer called it's Minto Island Growers. So they call it MIG Fest, MIG. And more often than not, it is mostly ska or punk ska bands that show up and play that festival. So
Excellent.
yeah, that's my
Are
local scene.
are you familiar with the Bandulus?
That sounds familiar. Like they might have played that.
Okay. They so I met them in Texas, in Austin, I believe, and then they relocated to Portland,
Okay.
and they also I think one of the singers moved to New York and the other one stayed in Portland for a while and just
Okay.
recently relocated to New York.
Okay. Yankees
Um,
suck still.
but
So
that's
much
true.
hate, Brock. So much
Yeah.
hate. Gosh.
Pete, you know I love you.
Yeah.
Pete's face is so
I,
sad. Whenever I say anything
I,
bad about anybody, he gets so sad. Uh,
well done, sir.
sorry,
Well done.
this is
Well
an
done.
inside joke, Aaron. I don't expect you to get it, but what I'll
I
tell you
I
why it's funny
It's the,
because
it's
I'm
the
usually the
exact.
guy. I'm
It's
usually the guy
exact
that's
opposite.
looking sad when East Coasters are giving other people shit. So,
Oh yeah.
um,
That was well placed. Yes, sir. I always go,
but no,
Brock, we love them. Brock, we
I'm
love
pretty
them.
sure. I'm pretty sure the Pandulas shared a bill with Star 69 at some point, like in the past year or so. Um,
Sure.
So, anyways, yeah, no, that's great. I love it. So yeah, the intro that Aaron is asking for and hasn't yet received.
And should
I
receive.
keep interrupting.
Aaron
Hey,
Cote. So
you're right on here.
you're curious about cowbells. You might be curious about other forms of percussion. Aaron Cote is, well, honestly, probably the preeminent person who can talk about percussion. So we are happy to have Aaron here. I met you online through Instagram because you covered, amongst other things, a Five Iron Frenzy song. Like a year ago now? 6 months ago?
Probably 4 or 5 months ago, I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Oh, is that
guess.
it? Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Gotcha. In that case, much more recently than I thought.
Well, Brock, time does go so slow when you're flying through the air, so
It
everything's all right.
sure
buddy.
does.
Right.
It sure does. Yeah, yeah. Somebody better go get their riot gear so that we can keep all the people off that are going to come criticize me.
We're gonna make you dance, Brock. Don't worry.
But no, Aaron, you covered Five Iron Frenzy, and so you are a steel pan player, and this steel pan instrumental cover, it was of riot gear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that got spread around the Five Iron internet circles. And so, as you know, we're Five Iron fans. Reese is one of our overlords from his previous podcast, and we still pay tribute. But we're big fans, and when we saw this happen, we're like, "Wow, this is very interesting. This guy knows who Five Iron is and doesn't hate them enough to not cover their song on Steel Pan." So, Aaron, thank you for joining Pickle Home Companion. You want to tell us a bit about your Steel Pan work?
Sure. So I started playing steel pan because I was a drummer on cruise ships,
Oh,
and the steel pan player was retiring, and he said, "You live near the ocean. Do you want to make money?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?"
sure. We all do.
Yeah, I know. Like, so I found out I could go to the beach and hit a tin can and get paid. But also, there's a little bit more to the backstory. I tried steel pans in college and I was terrible. I was so
Huh.
bad. And they had a steel pan band that was part of the percussion ensemble. And so everyone got the chance to try this out. And we would learn maybe 2 songs a semester and play them in our percussion ensemble shows at Butler University in Indianapolis.
Hmm.
And I could not wrap my head around the circle, the structure of the instrument. But I started playing bass pans, and they have 6 bass pans with 3 notes each in the set at that college. And then I moved up to cello pans, which were 3 pans with, gosh, I don't know, more notes than that. And then I did double seconds and the tenor pan or the lead, which is what I play now. The smaller the setup, so I have a single pan, the notes are crammed in and higher pitched. So small notes, high pitched sound. And even though it's on one pan, because they're trying to fit all of them into one circle, it's
Hmm.
just a lot to remember the layout. And I was used to linear instruments like glockenspiel, xylophone, even guitars and basses. Everything's pretty much left to right, piano left to right, low to high. And this circular instrument, this bowl shaped instrument, was just really hard for me to grasp. And I failed miserably. And years later, I'm on a cruise ship and someone says, "Hey, do you want to try this?" And I was like, "I don't know, man. I'm really bad at that." And then he's like, "Well, I'm retiring, so I want you to have my instruments." And so I got them from
Mm.
him, and I did pay, but I got them from him and uh, got home after being on a cruise line playing for 5 hours a night. I had nothing to do for, winter. And so I
Right.
got home in January. It was cold. I put myself in a room for 5 hours a night and kept practicing on my performance schedule and got to the point where I could barely play an hour set. And I did a nursing home show and I felt really good about it. My first show, I made $100, and
Let's go.
now it's become my career. So I just kept practicing and practicing, and started writing on the instrument, really writing tunes that, which was also something I had to develop the skill to do. So I learned how to write and play the instrument at the same time, and now I'm 14 years in now and doing absolutely ridiculous stuff. So that's how I got started in steel pan. Yeah.
That's super
Wow.
cool. That's fascinating to me. I think I've got tons of questions about cruise ship life that I want to like side rail
Yeah.
until we're done talking about steel pan specifically. But I hear that's
Right on.
just a wild industry. So, maybe there are things you can't say. I don't know. But
I'll say whatever you want. I mean, I'm here for the conversation.
right, right. No, but the
They don't
steel
know.
pan is so fascinating, and I think for anybody I mean, everyone should have seen it by now. If they know us, they've probably seen us putting some of your things online. But
Oh
like
yeah.
you say, it's kind of a dish-shaped steel instrument, and you're hitting different parts of it to make different notes. And as you said, non-linear, right? It's just like
Right.
don't know where your hammers are going, but you can make melodies out of them.
Correct. And to give you a little bit, if there are musicians listening, if you're familiar with the circle of fifths, it
Mm,
is the layout of the circle of fifths. So if I were to play all the notes in the outer ring on my instrument, if I went clockwise, it would be fourths, and if I went counterclockwise, it would be fifths. So there is a pattern. It's just not the pattern that we're used to learning on most of the other instruments that, you know, other than instruments you blow through. But everything's
Right. Right.
linear. And so this is like you have to learn how to cross the pan at the right time to get the next pitch.
Oh, that's
it
fascinating.
reminds me a little bit of like, some drummers play open or what, like left and right-handed for like a traditional rock set. Some people cross their arms and they'll play the hat and the snare with the crossed arms. Some people don't. And so it depends, right? Like, how do you want to do this and where can you get your hand? Like if for a drummer's perspective, how can you put your hands where they need to be so you can play this sweet fill and still get back to the one on the hi-hat or what have you?
Yeah, it's I frequently when I'm learning the harder rep, I have to practice quite a bit on certain songs to really figure out how I'm going to make it happen. Even after all these years of playing, like when I have a lot of songs I can just play without much thought because they're just under my hands already. They're muscle
Hmm.
memory. The new stuff is if I'm trying to do like vocal harmonies from a song that already has them in, and I'm trying to replicate what's there, it's not all pan friendly. And so I have to readjust my expectations or my hands' expectations of where they naturally start to go. Like I will play in thirds all the time, but a lot of vocal harmonies will have a fourth on top instead of a third. And so I end up having to like relearn or, they're just new challenges. And I think that keeps me on my toes.
That's cool.
And you've covered two 5-iron songs now. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm going to tell
They,
you that the truth here is that I bumped them up in my agenda because I knew I was coming on here. So
Come
I
perfect.
wanted
on.
to,
Perfect.
yeah, you
Yes.
changed my playlist. So,
Hey,
Wow. I'm honored.
we
I mean,
feel,
we're
yeah,
honored.
feel great
and,
about that.
and not only that, but I learned a little bit because I'm gonna out myself as not being all that in the know here, but I've been listening to what is it? Quantity is Job One. Is that
Yeah.
Oh
the
yeah.
the title of the
The
album? I've
EP.
been listening to
Yep.
that since I was young,
Mhm.
Okay.
and I never knew that it was an ELO song. Even though he
Mm.
yells ELO, I have all your albums at the end.
Right.
Mm.
Right. Yeah.
I was like, I just dismissed it as something. And so I had just played Mr. Blue Sky. And
Mhm.
then I think somebody said something about, oh, do Sweet Talking Woman.
Mm.
And so I said, okay, I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do the 5-iron version.
There
So
we go. There we go. It's the
it all
best of
kind of
both
came
worlds.
together.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And you said it was your first exposure to 5-iron was the Quantity is Job One EP.
I believe so. I have
Right, because
older
that was my
brothers.
first 5-iron as well. And I had influences. I'd probably heard other songs or something, but the first one I bought and held in my own hands was that one.
Yeah, I think that was just an album kicking around my house. My brothers would go to like Inside Out Soul Fest in New Hampshire. I was
Okay.
too
Mm.
young to go. I was not allowed to go because,
Yeah.
rock and roll and distortion.
Nope.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. I
exactly, right?
understand. Yep.
You
The
don't want
devil's
to send our
music.
youngest to hell. It's too late for the oldest and the middle one. But the youngest, we can still keep him precious.
I mean, thankfully,
Perfect.
my parents weren't that way, but I knew enough friends that were. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, that's good. So you went to Soul Fest, and I mean, we can go off on that tangent a
Oh,
little
I
bit
didn't
later,
get to
but
go,
but
but my
you
brothers went.
know of Soul Fest is what I'm
Oh,
saying.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
You're
Okay.
so
Oh,
much
you didn't get
closer
to
to our
go.
wheelhouse
Dang it.
than many people. Right. So,
Yeah.
Right.
Well, he didn't get to go, so let's not rub it
right.
in.
Closer though.
I
Closer.
but I grew up around, we heard the bands and I
Hmm.
had
Okay,
friends who, and so like I did see other bands like Jars of Clay and
that's
I
good.
so I'm also gonna tell you, so I've listened to about five and a half of your episodes.
That's five
That's
and a half
more
more
than
than
most
most,
people
Which
get through.
or
I
five
I'm
more than
trying
most. Five more.
trying to I really like the cast and I was just trying to like figure out the format of the show and everything. But right
Have you
now,
figured it out? Because we're dying to know what it is.
no, every episode I've listened to, you introduce something new that I can't possibly have prepared for. So,
I love it.
um,
I love it.
but there was some chatter about Rebecca St. James, and I'm pretty sure she opened the Jars show that I went to when I
Oh,
was a
wow.
kid.
Was
Oh,
it at Gordon
Wow.
nice.
College?
No, but
Oh,
I
okay.
did grad work at Gordon College and then quit because of other, reasons.
Yep.
Sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
makes sense.
I couldn't stomach some of the things that they were teaching there.
Yeah.
In the music, it was actually music related, but
Mm.
anyway, I don't know how you're related or not to Gordon College, so I don't want to
It
say
was my rival
anything.
college, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, in that
Yeah.
case, no.
Yeah. Talk as much shit as you want. You're right.
Anyway, I'm not here to put anyone down.
Oh, of course not.
But
Right. Right.
but
Right.
anyway, yeah, I've
We
Yeah, I've
love
been
them in New
around.
England. We love them. Okay, sorry. Brock, we love them. Okay.
You see my eyes getting sad.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I've been around. I've seen some bands, from
Beautiful.
that I think maybe you've also seen. Yeah.
Right,
Probably.
right,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So you mentioned the Planet Smashers earlier, and the Planet Smashers opened for Five Iron Frenzy, the first show they played after kind of like the COVID lockdown stuff in
Oh,
Colorado. And that was the first time I'd ever flown out for a show. I'd never traveled to see a band aside from like, long drives or whatever. And I was like, I don't know if I'm ever going to get to see Five Iron again. Turns out now they have a healthy touring career and they're having a good time doing it. And so I'm really grateful. It seems like we're going to have a few more chances to see them again. But back then it
nice.
was like, well, they're playing a show. I don't know if I'll ever get to see them again. I better go. And so I did. And yeah, my friend from high school who had introduced me to Five Iron is like, hey, you got to come with me. And so we were there. We saw them. But before Five Iron was the Planet Smashers. And the Planet Smashers were so damn good that I danced and broke my foot because I was just that
Oh,
into them.
The
So
planet just crashed on his foot.
Mm.
that's what happened. Exactly. But no, so you mentioned them earlier. I was like, those guys have a special place. Like after that happened, I had to buy the album because I was like, well, it's a piece of my life now. It's a part of my history.
yeah. Did you get them to sign your cast?
I did not. No, I didn't get the cast. I didn't even know it was broken until like 5 days later. It's just like,
Yeah.
it still hurts. I better go to the doctor.
Yeah. I think they're on Supernova this year.
Mm.
Are
And
they?
yeah, I hope so, because now I said it out loud. Um,
Pete, write that down.
All right. No,
Um,
I'll live fact check you. Don't worry.
yeah. So the reason I think that is because I had kind of let me talk about a little bit about my
Please.
content, if that's cool. Okay.
Yes,
So
do
definitely.
it.
Go for it.
we'll get back to the Planet Smashers. Don't let me forget.
Thank you.
So about a little over a year ago, I posted a video of my steel pan tuner smacking an instrument with a hammer. Just like going to town around every single note and clank, 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 ping, clank, 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 ping. And people lost it. They could not handle like what is going on here. And it blew up. And in a couple days, I had 1 million views on this video. And I had 1,000 followers at the time. I had never really had much. I wasn't really trying to have success on social media as much as I was trying to stay slightly relevant. That's what I'm trying to say, and connected.
Yeah.
And so that video educated people in something they didn't know existed. And it was really cool to see their reaction and to interact with people and answer questions and try to represent the Trinidadian culture of this instrument, talk about the layout, and so I did some follow-up videos, and then and that video got 4 million views or something like that. Like it
Wow.
did really well, and I was really excited about that because of its just showing the world steel pan in a
Mhm.
different way. And then I had a video of me playing on a beach, and that one went pretty big as well. And so after that, I was like, well, I guess I'll just keep putting up videos. But a lot of it was just meeting a demand. And so people just kept saying, we want to see this song, we want to see that song. And that's how I met Brazil. And Brazil is known for saying, come to Brazil. And
Mm.
this is something that bands talk about from time to time is people in Brazil just they love music, they want to
Hmm.
interact on socials, they will say Brazil's number one in social media, and they really are. They're incredibly interactive. And so I had to start doing Brazilian songs because I got hundreds of requests for the same songs, and that kind of became my summer focus, was just like trying to answer people's requests. And I'm still working on that a year later and trying to figure out, but my audience has shifted several times. And the first time that I got out of that pattern, like that trajectory, after playing probably 20 or more Brazilian songs. Um, I started doing this project where I was just posting every day just because.
Hmm.
And one of the videos that kicked that off was Goldfinger's Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I did like an in-screen Tony Hawk Pro Skater where I played and filmed the TV because that's the level of technology I know how to do.
That's all right. It
And
works.
just,
Love it.
yeah, no, it works. And a bunch of people got into it. And then there was a demand for ska. And so I was like, okay, well, now I play Brazilian music and punk ska or ska punk. And um, and then I had a couple other videos hit, like No Effects and Rancid and stuff like that. And then I realized one day, like, I haven't missed a day in like a month. Like, I've posted for 30 days straight. So today was day 202, and
Yes.
Good job.
still
Good
going
job.
That's
strong so
awesome.
far.
That's awesome.
Eventually I'll run out of steam or I'll give up or whatever. But right now I'm doing the thing. But I got a call from Supernova, so Tim at Supernova, and he was like, "Hey, how did you feel about coming and playing?" And I was like, "Tim, I don't
Yeah.
know that you want that. Like, I like just play steel pan by myself." And he was like, "No, no, 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 no. We'll see you here." And
Sick,
so
dude.
that was something that like started a whole chain of events with me doing all these covers of the bands at Supernova. And I think he said, "Do you want to do a cover of a couple of the bands that are playing?" And he told
Hmm.
me in advance like who he was trying to get at the time. And so that was January. And I think there's only two bands on their poster that I haven't been able to cover yet, just because I've been trying to keep up. But that's why I'm pretty sure I know I did the Planet Smashers. I'm
And by
pretty
the way,
sure
they are on the list. Yeah.
then I did the Planet Smashers because of Tim. And
Yep.
it was cool to do that because my friends had opened for them at Alchemy in Providence.
Yeah.
And so I got a chance to see them, but then I got a chance to cover them, and they were super cool about the collaborative efforts on that. And so it's been really interesting to like be doing videos of bands that either I've seen or I knew about, or bands I grew up listening to as a 10 or a 12-year-old. Hey, if you're writing stuff down, write down Give 'Em the Boot.
Give them the boot. All right.
Yeah, the Hellcat sampler, because we
It's
should
so
talk about
good.
some of that too.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah. Such a good sampler. I
yeah.
know that one.
So just the idea of like now the bands that I grew up listening to are like interactive with me on a somewhat friendly basis,
That's
kind of.
cool.
I'm
Mhm.
assuming like you guys and Five Iron,
Right.
uh, you grew up listening to them and now you're friends. Is that
Uh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, with some of them, yeah, for sure.
And mortal
so?
enemies with others. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Looking at you, Micah. No, never mind. No, no, no. I love Micah. I'm not starting that beef. I love Micah. All right. I'm looking at you, Reese. Okay.
I mean the
Oh,
the
Lord.
tagline right from Reese and Joe when they did their podcast was "We hope you hate it,"
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
But I
we
mean,
did. Be obliged.
we hated everything except for Leonore and Micah. Right.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
No, I was just noting that Supernova International Ska Festival is happening in Virginia, and so
Pie
it's
tasters
anybody
around that.
who's
All kinds of great bands.
anybody on the Eastern Seaboard, anybody who can go there should go.
And people fly in from out of the country too.
It
So
Oh
is
yeah.
international.
it is very well attended by the West Coast too. A lot of people from Portland go.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's exciting.
are you then on this bill this year?
Yeah. So
Sick, dude.
I don't know exactly how I fit into the schedule, but I know that I
Yeah.
am expected to be there and to play. So I am
Oh, come on.
playing. I've had, I think, five bands have already asked me to jump on stage with them. Um, I don't know what we're gonna do. Some of
That's
them
the
have
best.
said, "Hey, are you interested?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, I'll come play
Sure
with you.
am.
I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna have a steel pan with me."
I mean, why
Right.
not? Right.
Right.
So
It's either play
it's an
steel pan
easy
or
in,
stand around. Yeah.
or just enjoy as a spectator too. But
Right. Right.
um, but yeah, so I'm that's on my schedule. I'm performing probably all well, there's 2 days now, but there's a charity event the night before that was discussed as something that I might be playing at. So we'll see what happens. It's going to
That's
just
cool.
be a ska party for 3 days, and it's worth attending. They just announced the Agrolites this week,
Yeah.
which is they're one of my favorite bands. And right before that, they announced the English Beat, and people seem
Dude.
really excited about them.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's just the icing on the cake after all the other announcements they've made. So they've got some good
Right.
stuff going on.
Oh yeah.
Tim,
I was
Tim throws a
looking
good
down
festival every year.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm looking down through this list, and I'm like, for Caleb from the album anniversary, Jeff Rosenstock's on this list, and I'm like,
Oh yeah.
Caleb, are you going? Caleb, let us know.
Yeah,
Just
Caleb is a
like,
huge fan of
it's a
ska
good
in
list.
general. Yeah, but no, it sounds like the best place on earth for the time that it's going to be happening.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. And just a loving community to be a part of, and just really celebrate. They do a lot of great stuff pointing back to Jamaica.
Yeah.
And so there's stuff for the traditional fans, as well as for the ska punk fans. Just a little bit of everything for everybody's taste. And Yellow Man's going to be there. That's like a highlight for me.
Cool.
I opened for Yellow Man a long time ago, and I was working a triple that day and didn't get to see his set. So
Oh,
I'm
boo.
excited to finally see him after all these years.
Awesome.
Finally.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be, it's like a bucket list item for me to be able to watch him. So that's cool.
That's wonderful. And it's interesting to me that like I feel like one of the great things about a ska festival would be that like there may be some shitty ska bands, I don't know, but it seems like it's really hard to find a ska band with shitty people in it. Like it seems like there's some of the best people that you want to hang out with, and that's a really just a really wonderful thing.
Yeah, there's a standard in the community, right? Like
Hmm.
just trying to represent ideals and everything that, keep the world spinning.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, and love and radical acceptance and making sure that people are feeling all right. I mean, that's it's just a beautiful thing. It's one of the things that keeps me on the ska train is that like, yeah, this is up, not just in sound because like, it's easy to find a ska song that has like a bone to pick with society or like, hey, things aren't the way they're supposed to be. But the whole thing is also kind of uh, built around like, hey, we should all get along despite our differences, and that's
Yeah.
that the checkerboard is like the icon, for a reason, and to me it is encouraging that that's the case.
So one of the things, now that you're saying that, it reminds me of the poster that came out, I think it was last year. So Five Iron played Supernova,
Right.
might have been
Hmm.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
But they announced Five Iron and Mephistopheles on the same poster. It was like
Yes.
Christian ska
Speaking
and
of
Satanic
differences.
ska in the
Yeah.
same place. Yeah, that's
Right,
kind of, it
right,
triggered my memory of that. So,
right.
everyone had a good time and got along. I mean, I wasn't there, but I
Yeah,
definitely heard about it from all of my friends.
Sure.
Mhm.
totally.
So
That was even
interesting.
before 6 7 really took off, I think, right? But like it was that was the classic example of like this is not like this, and yet here we
Yeah.
are all together.
Okay, that was great, Brock. Yeah.
I'm at this point where I'm like, man, I think I get what you're saying, but also which of these things are an inside joke?
Right.
I mean,
Well,
they're all inside jokes. Some of them just haven't taken off yet.
well,
Oh
to
yeah.
6 7. That's the craze that all the kids. I have no idea what the kids mean. So, Brock,
Right.
you have more insight than I do.
Right, exactly. All I know is my son is 7, and he went to school, and now that's what he says. So
All I know is
Yeah.
he's learning.
"Ah!" And
He's
I'm
learning.
like,
He's
okay,
growing up.
great.
Yep.
Did you guys celebrate June 7th?
You know what?
Oh,
I
did
posted
we?
about it being 6 7 because that was what was that the day that I traveled home, I
Man, I
think.
missed it. Are you telling me I missed the opportunity to celebrate 6 7? That's a
You can
bummer.
celebrate every day.
That's a bummer
Yeah,
for
yeah,
our
you can.
generation. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
that's
for the
right. Today's
generations beneath
June
us.
9th. It's
Yeah.
my
Right.
cousin's birthday.
Oh,
Nice.
happy
Oh, happy
birthday,
birthday.
cousin.
I'm
Yeah.
supposed to tell her happy birthday. I just
Yeah,
You
realized
should do
what
it
day it
now.
yeah.
is.
No, live right
I
now.
I honestly I told her on Sunday I'm gonna miss it today. and now I get to tell her I remembered in the middle of a podcast.
I
That's
was
the
going to say
way.
on a podcast, that's a way for us to get one more listener. Pass this along to your cousin. Say, well, should we share your cousin's name?
My cousin's name is Maddie.
What's up,
Maddie,
Maddie? Happy
happy
birthday.
birthday.
We are so happy you are either 6, 7, or another number old.
That is true. You did the right thing there. That was good.
Yeah. Or another number old. I love that. Or it could be like when I was a kid. Happy birthday. Sickness, sorrow, and despair. People dying everywhere. Happy birthday.
Yep, absolutely.
That's what I got
Yeah.
sung every year. So there we go. And
There are
and
only
that turned
so
out
many
all right.
songs we can sing that aren't like copyrighted and won't
That's right.
present
Yeah.
like copyright strikes,
Well,
right? Because we're
it's
putting this
out
on
of-
platforms
it-
that will strike them.
The main song is out of
Oh,
copyright
yeah.
now. So
Is
you're
it
okay.
public
Yeah.
domain?
Yep.
Boy.
Public domain. Yep.
There goes a fun fact I can't use anymore.
Ah, bummer. But Stevie Wonder, you still can't sing that one. So there we go.
All right. Do you think the folks at Red Robin are just going to make the switch to be like, you know what? We don't need to do the special song anymore. We'll do the one everybody knows.
That's right. At
Yeah.
this point, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there's your fun
They
fact.
They should release a ska version of it and see if it
They
goes,
should.
viral or something.
They should release a steel pan version of it.
Oh, I'm in.
I know
They
a
can
guy.
pay me though. They,
Yeah,
they
exactly.
have some money
That's
to do
right.
that. Yeah, I'm
Exactly.
for
Yeah, then
hiring.
we're back to copyright and whatnot.
Yeah.
Well, Chili's just
Um,
got Lizzo, so she just redid the baby back ribs. So
Amazing.
I mean, let's go. We're
Amazing.
up for hire.
Time-honored
Put
traditions.
it out.
We're keeping them alive. One thing I was going to mention just on the style of playing is that I note, Aaron, when you're playing your steel pan covers, these are instrumental covers. You're not singing, you're playing steel as kind of like the lead melody. But you're also playing, like, I feel like it's a good mix. Like when the melody is there, you're going to hear the melody on the steel pan. But also, you're doing a bunch of other stuff that just kind of fill, like you're not just standing there waiting for your entrance again, right? Like I think you're pretty much playing throughout the song. So how do you choose what to play when you're not playing a melody?
I am glad you asked. Okay, so when I'm playing live, I play whatever's in my mind at the moment. I just go for it. When I'm doing a recording, usually I'm trying to play something from the recording. And one of the things that I like to tell people about with the steel pan, in terms of educating them on the function of the instrument, um, earlier I mentioned a bunch of different voices from low to high.
Mhm.
And so the bass would play a bass line, and the cello would play something that's maybe a low voice, but a strumming pattern, or double the bass line, or something like that. And then as you get higher, you get more into the strumming or arpeggiated patterns. And then at the top, my voice is the highest voice on the tenor pan. That's usually a lead of some sort. And if I'm playing a solo show, that lead is going to be either the voice or the instrument that plays the melody, but also any of the solos and things like that, improvisation and just just playing the music that we hear at the top when we're listening. What I don't play, I do play some of the harmonies sometimes. So I'll play like horn lines, and if there's more than one horn player, I've noticed in some ska bands they harmonize and they do two horns or three horns, and I only play with two mallets usually. So I'm playing the two horn parts that lead in the best way.
Mm.
So if one of them, I try not to make big jumps between like a high note and a low note to catch a note. I would rather try to do something more congruent than that.
Mm.
And
Like
so,
Andrew's Sisters harmonies.
you know better than I do. I know they exist. I've heard their songs.
Thank you.
I've never studied them enough, but
Bugle,
yes,
Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy. Thank you, Brock.
yeah. How many of them were there? Were there three?
I think there were 3. Yeah.
I think 3.
Yeah.
They were
I
known for
can only
being really
play-
like close and tight in their harmony. Like it was
Yeah.
all like, like they followed each
Yeah,
other.
I can only play
very
two
closely.
of their parts.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I know my grandma loved them.
With
Yeah.
apologies to the Andrews sisters. Yeah, exactly. We're gonna get
Yeah.
hate mail from them later, I'm sure.
Um, so I do basically what I hear on the recordings that I'm trying to reflect or represent. And then um, sometimes it's like if there's nothing but a bass and drum part, I might double the bass line or whatever. But I'm
Mhm.
always playing something that's recognizable to the listener if they know the song.
Hmm. Yeah.
And then live show, anything goes because I am just there to create and express and play. Like music is very playful for me. I'm studying, but I'm also trying to go out and do my own interpretation and everything.
Mm.
If we ever get to it, Pete, you want to write this down? We should talk about the fact that I'm not just a cover artist.
Yes.
I don't know if we have time for that.
We'll have plenty of time. I'm gonna write that
We got
down.
so
Yeah.
much time for that.
So, yeah, basically, I play stuff that you'll recognize, but not always from the same player on the
Hmm.
album. So, like the
Right.
Boston's were a good example of like I would play the guitar line or the bass line, and then switch to the horns, and then switch to the vocals or something like that.
Right.
Mhm.
And then people would go, "Hey, I know that horn line, I know that vocal line, I know that bass line." They
Yeah.
get
For
to
the
hear all
boss
of it.
tones, were you ever doing the part for the guy that just danced?
I'm not good at that part.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a certain level of the more I move, the less I hit the right notes.
Right.
Sure.
And
Right.
also, I get out of breath very easily. And the microphones that I'm using right now, there's one right in front of my face, and if I breathe, you'll hear it. So
Yep.
Sure.
Yep.
I
Sure.
don't play Ben Carr's parts as much as the other people in the band.
Perfect. I'm curious, just because while we're on musical theory, here's a nerd question, and this will tie this episode to the Bleach episode when we talked to Davey. Aaron, are you familiar with Floyd Kramer, the Nashville pianist from like
Oh,
the
come on.
50s, 60s,
Bringing back Floyd Kramer. I love
and
it, Rob.
70s?
I know that name, and I'm not just saying that. I don't
Mm.
know what he did.
It's all good. So he played piano. He was a session pianist in Nashville. He had his own long line of easy listening LPs. My grandma was a big fan of his, and so that's kind of how
Same.
I was introduced. But he was known. They say he was the inventor of what he called the slip note style, where like you play one note and then you slide in. Often on a piano, it would have been like the black key to the
Oh,
white key or something
I
like
do that
that.
all the time.
I know. And that's why I was like, when I was watching, I was like, it's a very similar dynamic with the steel pan where
Yeah,
you have an instrument that doesn't have like an actual you can't slide into a note, right? But like you can give the illusion of sliding into it. Except when you're doing it, I feel like those notes aren't next to each other. Is that right?
they are very frequently not. So
Okay, right. So you're slip noting, but you're like it's like across the pan.
I'm gonna say that there's first of all the percussion term for this would be more along the lines of a flam,
Flam.
and
Right.
across all music this would be called a grace note.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Yep.
the idea of a little note going to a larger, more prominent note.
Mm-hmm.
And my reasoning for that, and I'm so glad that you have a connection to this because it's cool. Like I just learned something
I wish
and
that I
you
was
gave it,
Floyd Kramer. I could pound out a
yeah.
country song.
Oh, such a cool thing that you brought this up. So when I play a flam or a grace note, usually the reason I'm doing it is because the vocalist that I'm trying to represent the style of didn't hit the pitch, and that could have been on purpose, or that could have been just like a human moment in recording, which I praise that. That's an amazing thing that artists do is they find a way to inflect their voice. And if I'm trying to learn an artist's voice and I hear them do that, I try to do that.
Yeah.
Sometimes that sounds terrible on a pan, but it's the correct thing. It's a choice that I made and I keep it
Yeah.
in the recording. There was a song recently where I listened back and I was like, this is terrible, and I'm keeping it because it's correct.
Mhm.
It's
It's
correct,
not,
and yeah,
yeah, it
it's on the
sounded
record. This is yeah.
it sounded much better on the voice when they did it. And the further they do that, like if they go from a low note to a high note, uh, it sounds worse on the instrument. But if they
Hmm.
do it from a half step perspective, and so what you said was across the pan, uh, if it's a half step going from one note to the very next consecutive pitch in a 12 tone scale, that will be literally across the pan from each other. So that's why
Wow.
you see me go from one side to the other.
Yeah.
If it's a note that is one whole tone, so it's within the diatonic scale, it would be two note panels away. So it's on the same side. And for the listeners out there, you know that I'm making hand movements, right? Okay.
He
So
Yes, of
is.
now
He
course.
is.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know who watches this, if this is a watchable podcast at
I
all.
mean, we could make this a low light if you want to really
This will
flail
be
your
the low
arms.
light.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah. We can do
So
it.
you know a circle.
Yeah. Look,
I've
come
seen
on,
them.
let's go.
I've heard about
Preach.
these.
So on a steel pan, there, like, if I want to do a whole step, there would be one note panel in between, and so I'm gonna do something close to the same area
Mm.
on the pan. So that's a little bit different. Also, for the listeners out there, my chair is broken, and sometimes I have to bring it back up,
Oh, there
which,
we go.
yeah, I don't know if you
Yes.
noticed how much I was slipping because the
Oh,
camera on this computer. Uh-oh, where'd I
it
go?
follows you. No,
I
you're
can
here.
see ya.
You're with
Okay.
us.
You're good.
I hit something that made it go away for a second.
There we
Anyway,
go.
All right.
so yeah,
Sometimes
it
I do
does. The
that.
camera follows me, and my brother told me that the first time I opened it. He was like, "Hey, just so
Right.
you know, if you ever do anything off screen, they're watching you."
That's
This new technology. Ah.
Oh, that's so good.
1984. No, but that is really cool to know. And again, it's not as intuitive as it would be on the piano, but it's the same effect of, like, it's like on a slide guitar, like with
Mhm.
a glass slide or a metal slide or whatever, or like
Yeah.
someone's playing the fiddle or a fretless bass. Like, these are all truly chromatic instruments where, like, you can play any pitch up and down. Angine de Poitrine is really big right now, right? They've got extra
Yeah.
frets so they can get those semitones.
Here's looking at you,
But
Jared.
on
Sorry,
a
the other co-host that can't make it does
That's
not
right. It's
like
his
them,
favorite band.
and
We'll
I
just make
love
sure
them.
you know that now. Yeah, Jared loves Angine de Poitrine. There's nothing more he'd rather listen to or see live.
So please, let's talk all about it, but we won't. All
That's
right,
right. The
anyway.
next hour. But in terms of the instrument, like the steel pan is kind of like the piano, where you've got, like,
Right.
these are the fixed notes. You can't slide between them. You can't do anything else, but you can give the illusion, like you say, the grace note or the ghost note or whatever. Like, you can make the ear, you can kind of trick the ear, just like you trick the eye with, like, pixelated graphics or whatever. Like, the farther you are from the pixels, the more it looks like a nice smooth
Oh
image.
yeah.
You're doing a similar thing with the notes, where you're kind of causing the ear and the brain to perceive this slide between notes. And so I think that's really cool. That was one of the things that stood out to me when I was watching some of your material. I was like, this guy knows what he's up to. He's doing the best pantomime of the human vocal that I've ever seen on a steel
I
pan.
get it. Pantomime. Really, really good pun there.
Well done,
That's
Brock.
one of the many
Steel
services we offer.
pantomime. Do you know about Dali, the artist? You were
He's
talking
the
about the
floppy clock
pixelation.
guy, right?
Yeah, so he
El
has a
Salvador,
thing
yeah.
called, I think it's called Lincoln Portrait or something like that. But it was, I believe it was before digital photography, and he did a portrait of Lincoln that now, if you stand in the right place and you hold up your cell phone, it captures the image without the pixelation.
Wow.
It's something like that. It's in his, or when I went, it was in his museum that was, he curated his house in the last couple years of his life. He spent like 3 years curating his house into a museum in, I'm going to say this wrong, but Figueres, Spain, which
Okay.
is about an hour outside Barcelona.
Yeah.
And this is what cruise ship work gets you, by the way. Someone asked
Sure.
about you. You did, I think. You asked about
Oh
the
yeah.
crew.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I said you, but you don't know who I'm looking at right now. Um,
We all did, yeah.
all three of you are like, yeah, that was me.
It was
It
So,
was just edited out. That's why you didn't hear.
So he had this thing with the pixelation where you could actually, he like saw it happening before it was a real thing for the rest of us,
Mm.
and
Mhm.
just a brilliant artist. I don't know. Oh, and
It's
while I was
incredible.
looking at that, this is the best part of it. I didn't realize I was standing on his crypt.
Oh,
He's
wow.
buried inside the museum, and so
Yeah.
if you're standing in the middle of the room looking at this portrait of Lincoln, you get to, go down underneath later, and you can see him in like his crypt in a dark room. They have like a dark room exhibit there, and
Wow.
but he's like buried in the center, and so like you can see it from above, but you can see it from the side too. Not like
Wow.
his bones or I mean,
Right.
he's there as
Sure.
far
But
as I
Right.
know, but you can't see his
here lies
body. But
Dolly. Right.
yeah, it was kind of a thing. He made himself into the art exhibit, which is
Right.
absolutely stellar.
Such an artist. Yeah.
Yeah. Be
Yeah.
the art you want to see in the world.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Um, either of you guys, Kevin, Pete, either of you have other questions about steel pan? Because I've got cruise ship questions, but I want to make sure we don't move off it before we've
Well,
covered the topic adequately.
I mean, I'm sure we will get to more steel pan questions, but I am very curious about cruise ship work. But I'm also curious about this secret room where you kept all your CDs way back in the day, away from your parents. Because I
Did I
did
tell
see
you
that.
this, or
Oh, I
was this
know.
in Spin magazine?
No, I was joking about the fact that I didn't
Oh,
do any
okay.
research, but I definitely looked at that Spin article because I'm like, man, you're in Spin. Let's go.
Yeah, that was a shock.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That was such a shock that I thought he was lying. Like I thought it was spam.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
but yeah, Brendan wrote an incredible article and just did a really good job representing truth, uh,
That's cool.
which you don't always see in the media. But yeah,
Sure.
so it was not a whole room. I had a cabinet in my house.
Okay.
And so before I say this, let me say that like my parents and I are cool.
Sure.
Um,
Yeah. 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 Well, I mean,
You get along. Yeah.
look, we're growing up in the culture. That's what happens, right?
I'm telling you this under the assumption that they won't know I did a podcast interview. Like I don't have to tell them
Right.
about every single thing I do.
Right.
I did
Right.
But
not
save
show
all
them the
your
Spin
hate for
magazine.
5 Iron Frenzy. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't tell that Five Iron Frenzy has distortion, right?
They do.
No, that's
Yeah.
that
So they won't
that
listen to
was
it.
one
It's
of the
fine.
things. It was like, man, we okay. So this goes back to that. We literally used to fight over distortion, and I was like,
Amazing.
but mom, Audio Adrenaline is a Christian band. I can turn them up. And I would crank.
Crank to 11.
Mhm.
Take 2
And
house
Yeah.
yeah,
plants and put them to the test.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely blew out speakers when I was a kid because it
Hmm.
was like, you're not allowed to go playing clubs, but I could be making money. And now I'm playing Slayer on Steel Pan. So whatever. Um, so uh, we did have like, and my brothers were going to the Inside Out Soul Fest, and I was stuck in like a hotel room, being like, "But that's the mountain right there." Um, but
Amazing.
what if you just go with me? Um,
Oh
so
no.
there were at the time. Okay, this is what I realized very recently, and my brother and I talk about this stuff. I don't listen to lyrics as much as I listen to music.
Mhm.
Okay.
And when I'm listening to something and it's saying the wrong things or,
All right.
an experience that doesn't relate to me, I am listening to the musicality behind the creators. I'm
Sure.
not
Right.
thinking about necessarily even the emotion behind it.
Mhm.
I'm thinking about the technical music, and maybe it's how it makes me feel, but more often than not, I'm not feeling what people are feeling. And when
Right.
I played Slayer 2 days ago. Um, I listened to that today because every time I go back and answer a comment, I have to hear myself play again unless I turn the volume off.
Mm.
So I was listening today and I was like, man, this is some great jazz. That was
Mm.
my Slayer analysis, was just like listening to the intervals and the way that the guitars play. I was going, I've never actually, I shouldn't say this out loud, but I'm going to anyway, and this is on the record.
That's right.
I've never listened to Slayer. The
Okay.
first Slayer song that I heard, I covered,
Hmm.
and the guitarist from Slayer has heard me play it. So
That's
as of
amazing.
now,
Yeah.
uh, and so have a million other people. I
That's
still
wild.
don't think I've listened to that song all the way through. I think I've only listened to maybe one time, and it's not because I don't like Slayer. It's just it's not what I
Sure.
spend my time on,
Mhm.
right? Um, but I'm listening for the music, and I'm going, man, this is like nice jazz. because of just the way that they construct the guitar lines and everything. It's like mathematical and it's brilliant music, and it's not what I listen to, but I enjoyed it as an instrumental piece. And then people are going, "You don't know what this song is about," and I'm like, "I sure don't." But I would acquire
You are
as
correct.
many, yeah, I would acquire as many CDs as I could when I was a kid, which wasn't a ton,
Right.
but when I could, I would borrow or buy or steal CDs. That's just the truth of the matter. I don't like
Sure.
stealing, but I did when I was a kid,
Sure.
and usually from people that I know. So if you're friends with me, lock your doors.
There it is.
Well, that
I
puts
don't-
new
but
meaning
I-
knowing that you're so close to me. And anyway,
but I don't know. I mean, I don't do it now. That's not
Sure.
what I do.
Right, right.
Good,
Um,
right.
And the statute of
most-
limitations is passed.
And most of them had been returned.
Sure.
And the
There we go.
biggest victim was my older brother, Mark, who I used to borrow stuff from all the time, and I would usually return it because he would probably keep record of what was missing. But um, anyway, so we went to church. I think the expression stands of like whenever the doors were open. So Sunday
Same.
mornings,
Yep.
Sunday night,
Wednesday,
church
Wednesday
luncheons,
night prayer. Yep.
Tuesday prayer. We had an
Oh.
offshoot church. Wednesday prayer. We had a youth group. Thursday.
Yep.
We had special events sometimes on Saturdays.
Oh,
I was
yes.
there at least 4 times a week, every week, usually up to 5 or 6. Not usually, up to 5 or 6.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yep.
sir.
We are the
backgrounds.
same.
Yep.
And my mother stayed home one night. I don't know why. And she went through my room. And because that's what you do to your children, is you go through their room
Right. Because you
to
want to pray
find
for
their
each.
sin.
That's right.
So that you
So
can
pray
yeah,
for it. Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
And I got home and she was sobbing. And we walked in and I was like, oh, shoot, they found my drugs. I was wrong. They only found my CDs. So
That's right. The other drugs.
Which was worse.
It's so much worse. Yeah.
We thought you only did drugs. Now we know you listen to music.
You listen to ska. Yeah.
I remember some of the CDs specifically. There was a Jimi Hendrix CD. There was a Tool CD. There was Nirvana, Chili Peppers, Offspring, Americana was in that pile. Anyway, there were probably 10 or 12 CDs, and I remember having to be like, "No, Mom, that's a Christian band. They mention Jesus," like whatever it was.
Right.
But she said, "You can't just throw these out because wow, you're getting the real scoop here. You can't just throw this is and it's in my voice too. That's bad." If you know my mom, don't send this to her.
All right.
We get along. We get along. She loves Tool now. No, wait. So she made me take a fork to the CDs on the back and scrape them.
And so she knows how they work. She's like, that's what the data is.
Goodness.
You've got to peel it back.
It wasn't a fiber situation. It was a fork.
It was so bad. It was so bad. Like flushing your drugs down the toilet.
Yep.
It was that bad, but CDs.
Yep.
I have most of those CDs now on my shelf because I would just go out and buy them again. But
right.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that is true. We were not allowed to listen to certain things, and then it was like, well, why does Mark get to listen to some things? Because well, he's 18 or he's older than you or whatever it was, and it was like, okay, so
the only reason I brought that up is because it's very like it'll hit home with many people, many of our listeners. Because I know that like so many of my friends have the same sort of experience, and they would come over to my house to listen to it because I had the cool parents.
They bring their Amy Grant cassette and they record your Metallica onto their Amy Grant cassette.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
I was just gonna say,
So Amy Grant you mentioned her in the Reese episode that I listened to, number 28. And I thought, I'm pretty sure that did she have a divorce at one point?
Yes,
she did famously. Yeah.
And
it made a lot of people mad.
that point in we listened to Steve Green and Amy Grant. Those were the
You
two
Yeah.
know
things we
Steve
listened
Green, of
to.
course you
Steve
do.
Green.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And we have some mutual friends. I had some friends that grew up with him, and so
Really?
Oh wow.
we would see him all the time, like play whenever he was in town, we would go.
Oh.
Yeah.
But Amy Grant, when she got divorced, man, we weren't allowed to listen to her anymore because she no
Hmm.
longer, because if you get divorced, you're not a Christian. And we were like,
Right,
That's
right.
right.
whoa.
Yep. Turns out it was
Which
okay to
is
listen to people who use a lot of cocaine and
ah
are allegedly jerks. Like Gary Chapman was fine.
Well, they didn't have a divorce. It was fine. Oh, except for Gary Chapman, right?
Well, yeah, he famously had other problems, right? So,
Right.
yeah, it seems like the divorce was a bigger issue, right? And
but
particularly for Amy, unfortunately.
Mhm.
and the stuff that you don't know about the people that have come out since, and it's like, man,
Of course,
everybody's
right.
human, is what it
Right.
is.
Oh
Is
And
what
yeah.
it boils down to.
honestly, we gotta show them love.
Mhm.
Like people deserve to be respected, and also maybe there are some people that we have to kind of have conversations with. If you're friends with somebody and they go down a dark path, like we gotta, figure out how we relate to them at that point. It's a really tough situation.
Right.
Because everyone's got skeletons in the
Mhm.
closet, and like, but not me. I'm an angel.
Most of
That's
mine are
right.
in episode 28. You're
That's
okay. All
right.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
right.
But yeah, so I did have to throw away CDs. Going back to that
Sure.
question,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
that was a real thing, and I'm sure I got grounded. Um, but eventually, I was allowed to go to things like the Five Iron Frenzy final tour.
Nice.
As
Nice, nice.
the
Which
end is
date did you go
near.
to? The
I went to
the
what used to be the house of no, what is
mm,
now the House of Blues used to
right,
be the
Axis and
Avalon
Avalon.
Yep.
or the
Yep.
Axis. Yeah, yeah.
Axis. Yep.
So
I
that
was
was
there.
kind of a. You were at. Wait, who was there?
Kevin. I
Kevin
was
was
at
there.
I was at that show. Yeah.
We were at the same show.
Yep.
That's super cool. I
Uh,
I knew that we had crossed paths, not because I looked
right.
at you and said I
Mm.
remember that guy's face, but I definitely was like, if y'all are from, I said y'all like I'm from the South. If y'all are from Rhode Island, Cape Cod, or have spent time going to shows here,
Right.
we've crossed
Yeah.
paths, right?
Right.
Hmm.
And I would have been at that show, but I was in Western New York at the time. So, but so I got to go to Grove City and then Denver.
Denver. Yeah.
But Grove City was the close one for us at that time in Western New York.
And Brock, did you go to that tour?
I did not. The first time I saw Five Iron Frenzy was right after I broke my foot.
Oh,
Bias
okay.
Masters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd
right
never seen
after.
them live before. I'd been a listener for a long time, but I'd never seen them live.
Wow. I've only seen them the one time. So to me,
Yeah.
they're always that age.
Mm.
Well,
Well, you'll be disappointed if you see them again.
I don't know. Maybe I'll be appointed. No,
oh, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
hey, assuming that sometimes they listen to the show, I
Right.
don't know that they
Well, let's
listen to
hope
every
so.
episode or whatever,
Hey,
but like
folks.
assuming
Right.
that, yeah, I'm just gonna say that, I play steel pan. Five
You
iron,
know
if you're
what?
listening, I play steel pan.
You know what? We should share that. We should make sure they hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I record from home. So when you're making your albums, and that's not
Hmm.
just for them, I'm around.
Yeah. And you know some of their songs.
Yeah.
So it seems
I
like
Yeah,
match made right here. Yeah. In heaven,
right.
where we
I
are.
I was so good when I found out. I was like, this is coming up soon. It was like the last weekend in May, and I was like, I'm gonna go listen to their catalog, and I'm gonna listen to a bunch of episodes of this show. And I got through three of their CDs, and I was going back and forth. I was like listening to an episode of your podcast, and
Oh
Mhm.
wow.
then listening to a Five Iron CD, and then I got home from New York and turned it off.
The sandwich method. Right.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you got to little bit of bread, and then
Yeah.
some pickles.
We're the
Yep.
bread, I think. Yeah.
Maybe the pickles.
Sorry, we are the pickles. You're right. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah, right.
Aaron, speaking of Steve Green, we had a lot of Steve Green on in my household when I was growing up. But I never knew until recently that he was also one of the lead singers of the band Whiteheart,
Yes,
which
indeed,
was like,
sir.
if you know Steve Green, it was like easy listening, like adult contemporary, emphasis on the adult, right? Like it was very like sedate. And so the fact that he like sang for Whiteheart as a like a hair band, I don't think he had a lot of hair even back then, but fascinating to me that like that was the same guy because I saw the name and I was like, that can't
Well,
possibly be.
that's how my home got into Steve Green. Was my dad was a big Whiteheart fan,
Wow.
and then we're like, well, Steve Green's going off and doing his own stuff. Let's
Yeah.
listen to that too.
More Whiteheart, but better.
Yeah.
And they were
Yeah.
disappointed.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean, he very eclectic,
Or appointed.
but they were indifferent, I'm sure.
Right. Yeah.
That was a good callback. Appointed or appointed.
I like it.
No, I was
I-
appointed.
Very nice, very nice.
I'm going to credit Aaron every time I use that now. But no, I thought it was fascinating to me that was the case. Yeah. When I was growing up, Steve Green had like a children's video series. I think he
Yes,
might have
he
made
did.
two of
Oh
them.
yeah.
And
Hide
yeah,
in
they
Your
were
Heart.
like the Hide 'Em in Your Heart, Volume 1 and 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
a lot of
had,
folks
I
got
had
that
the
for me.
book,
Yeah.
like the piano book for that.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I mean,
Somehow
that
I got
stuff is
off screen again.
it's still in my mind. Like those songs will never leave me. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
The melodies are so
So
distinct. Yeah.
I'm gonna call that some of my inspiration. So during COVID,
Mm.
Yeah.
I know everyone has like a story, and
Right.
my current, like where I stand right now is that I'm just kind of not religious.
Mm.
Same
Don't
here.
really
Yeah.
have a connection to the church at this point. But during COVID, before that break happened, I was actually writing songs using verbatim scripture, and
Mm.
I got licensed by two different, I think it was the NIV and NASBA.
Yeah.
Um, and I was doing songs that were like, so you could have melodies to help memorize the verses, and we were singing them in my church
Wow.
at the time.
Wow. Yeah.
And people were making requests for certain verses online and everything. So I did that as part of, just what I was doing. And I started going to Gordon College during that time too.
Mm.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that was probably one of the inspirations behind it, was the idea of the Steve Green, Hide 'Em in Your Heart stuff.
Yeah. You were channeling your inner
Um,
Steve.
and not just that, but I was also like making a list of other people who had done that. Like Mark Altroby had some songs that were he was doing scripture songs too.
Hmm.
Before that, I didn't write much like music with words at all.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
did a lot of instrumental. I've written a ton of instrumental music. And that was a time where I actually was like, well, I don't want to write the words, but I want to see if I can figure out how to write for words,
Sure.
like not like the number between 3 and 5, but like, write songs that would accompany words or words.
Yeah.
Just anyway, there you
Yes.
Right, right.
go.
Well, and that's interesting then, because you did have me write down you're not just a cover artist. So this
Right.
might
And
be the
that's
good
not even
point.
what I was talking about at the time.
Oh, well,
So
take it where
I'll
you
throw
will.
this out there. So Cody Percussion is the Instagram account.
Okay.
If you're on Facebook, if any of the listeners are on Facebook, I don't know how many listeners you have, but if any of them are on
So
Facebook,
many.
Thousands. Yeah.
I don't know if you're kidding. If I know anything
That's the
about
mystery of it.
podcasting, you're supposed to not check the stats. If
Yep.
you're
Right.
supposed to just continue and do and keep on
Do it
trucking.
because you love it. Yeah.
In my mind, we're millionaires and listeners.
That's right.
And honestly, it's a very interesting show. I think I'm, out of what I've heard so far, I'm the most boring thing on your show.
Oh, come
Not
on.
at all. Not at all.
Come
I'm
on.
intrigued.
So like I did that project, and I kept a live career, like
Mm.
performance career going. And so my thing has been like, I perform live, that's my bread and butter. I teach as a side hustle, and I compose and record. because it fills in the hours in between teaching and performing. And we have a very strong summer season, and then we have some time off. And so I'm constantly working, but it's, it gets me in different doors and whatever. Um, and so my focus 2 years ago was to write, record, and release a song every week, just like a
Oh,
simple, not
yeah.
simple necessarily, but a short, usually a steel
Mhm.
pan instrumental song, almost always instrumental, some with words. But I got through a full year. This got me into my whole what if I post a video a day kind of thing. It's like being scheduled as a creator, as an artist, it really keeps you to the grind. So Panoramic View is on Facebook as Panoramic View Steel Drums. I'm going to throw this information because I know people are interested in learning some things about it. But Trinidad calls it steel pan. I call it steel pan.
Mhm.
Americans call it steel drums very frequently. When I'm trying to get in front of clients, I use the word steel drums. Sometimes that's where the Facebook name came from. But Panoramic View Steel Drums on Facebook, Cody Percussion on Instagram. And then the Panoramic View is the Spotify and streaming channel,
Ah,
Okay.
which I haven't really been promoting almost at all because I want to re-release it with new art, really, is the reason. And I don't play any of those songs live almost at all. So we do one of them with I have like a reggae band, the Sunshine Melodies. And
okay.
so we do a couple of the songs from that project live. But um, yeah, so I wrote a ton of music and enjoyed it, and then then video killed the radio star, and so now I'm
Mhm.
on Instagram every day instead of recording. But anyway,
Yep.
just a
Yep.
side note there.
Love it. So that's how people can listen to you online.
Yeah, they can find Panoramic View on streamers or just watch me on Instagram, but that's covers.
And
Beautiful.
and also you're with the band Copacetic.
So the Copacetics are a ska band, and I joined them because the Give 'em the Boot sampler. Here we go.
Mm.
All right,
Here we
that's
go.
that callback.
Let's
All
go.
right, Give 'em the
Check
Boot
that one
was,
off. Right.
yeah, was a CD I stole from my brother. It's all full
Hmm.
circle,
Hmm.
just like a steel pan. And the the bands on that first album were bands that I wanted to see live. And so, little funny thing, when I was younger, my brother took me to go see the Mighty Bosstones play in Providence,
Nice.
and we were in traffic on 95 going into the city, and I was
Hmm.
like, Mark, are all these people going to the Mighty Bosstones show? And he was like, no, it's like this every day. And I was like 12 years old, and I was like, but would they all like to see this band? Because I thought they were the biggest thing in the world at the time. The other thing was, if a band was coming to town, I thought it was the only time they would ever visit my city.
Hmm.
And so like the
Hmm.
Bosstones are only coming to Providence one time.
That's it.
Now I've seen them
One night
probably
only.
15 times now. But
Hmm.
and then the Give 'em the Boot stuff, I went to go see the Slackers.
Mm.
hmm
And that was like, oh my goodness, the Slackers are still around. And this is like 15 or more years later. And so I went to go see them, and the Copacetics opened, and I was like, oh man, there's a band that plays music I like that's from Rhode Island. So I met them and talked to them, and then a couple weeks later, I went to go see the Scatolites, and I was like, "Oh man, the Scatolites are still around!" And by this time, I know that bands can come around more than once.
Right,
Um,
sure. Right.
so I go see the Scatolites, and the Copacetics are opening, and I was like, "Hey, can I join your band?" And the singer was like, "Oh, my goodness, not another one." And so he's like, I guess we can audition you. And so I went, and I've been at least adjunct with the band ever since. For a while, I was at every show playing percussion, and then the steel pan career took over, and then I
Mm.
became their drummer for a couple of years, and then I subbed that out because of the steel pan work getting in the way. And so now I'm still like one of the two guys that they're calling.
Okay.
So I'm pretty active with them still, but through them, I've had the chance to meet a lot of the bands on that compilation, or at least interact with them. And so that's been a really cool part of like my 12-year-old self coming of age and being like, wait, this is a real world and I'm in it now. And
Yeah.
that's been so cool. Like, and I don't know who out there is watching what I do, but hopefully someone bought a steel pan. I mean, there's in 50 million people or more that have been, checking in since last year, even when it was Chandler Tuning or whatever. That's the tuner.
Mhm.
Like, hopefully it's making an impact and someone's going, wait, I can do that. I can have that in my life. Like, I can learn a culture that's not mine? And the answer is yes. And I wish people would stop yelling about that. But like, yes,
Mhm.
you can respectfully learn a culture that's not yours. And you can take that and go a different direction with it. Like,
Hmm.
no one's going, you can't play guitar because it's from Spain. You can't play
Right.
triangle or cymbals because they're from Turkey. But that's been one of the things is like you play steel pan, but you're not allowed to. And the people that are usually yelling about that are not people that have any authority to yell about it.
Right.
So, but like,
Of
yeah,
course.
like I'm doing what I do because number one, I love the sound and I love the music and I respect the culture and I respect the bands and I care about the people that are creating and I want the world to see that there are things that are possible on this instrument that I didn't know were possible until the day I recorded it. And people are now going, wait, can you do this? One of my favorite, I'm like on a tangent right now and I love it.
Go.
Yeah, yeah,
Love it.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry,
Do
I'm
it.
sorry, and
No.
I'm excited.
I'm
One
the
of
one that
my
apologizes. You go.
okay. See, I don't know. I haven't listened to that many episodes. I don't know that. Um, one of my favorites was somebody said to me, "Hey, play the Casualties." And if you don't know the Casualties, they're like the tallest Mohawks in punk rock.
Yes.
They've got the jackets with the patches and the spikes and the pyramids. And yes, I used to have a pyramid belt, just the throwback to episode 60 of your show. And
Ooh.
that I've only listened to like 20 minutes of that episode, and then I had to call in. But the Casualties are like a band that if I saw their fans, I would have been afraid when I was
Mhm.
younger.
Sure.
Somebody goes, play the Casualties. And I went and I combed through their catalog and I was like, I can't. I literally cannot play this band on a steel pan. Like, you can't scream on a steel pan. It just doesn't
Mm.
happen.
Hmm.
And which I've proven wrong several times now. The Boy Detective was one of the ones that I did. They had some screaming and I got it in there.
Mm.
Um, but I told this guy, no, it can't be done. And before the end of the day, the Casualties showed up in the comments and they were like, no, we want to see you play our song, like play the Casualties.
Oh, that's
And
Oh,
I
sick.
I
was
love
like, well,
that.
how do you say no to the band's
You can't.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
ask?
They're
Yeah.
they're here. They entered the
And
chat.
so
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And so like now I've played their song, we have a collaboration, and now I've done things again that I didn't think were possible on the
Hmm.
instrument. And so like that's
Mhm.
where I'm this is where it's fun for me is like discovering what I can and can't do, what the instrument can and can't do, who it's going to please. The people that love Fugazi hate Fugazi. The people that it's so funny, like they just yell all the time. I love Fugazi, and people were just like, "Stop what you're doing, just stop." And right now, that's the Slayer fans. It's like the more I tried, Slayer fans were like, "Play Slayer." I did, and they're like, "No, you can't play Slayer.
No, not
It's
like that.
sacrilege."
Yeah, yeah.
So that's been kind of an interesting. I've
Stop doing
removed
this
more
thing we told you to
comments.
do. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I,
I
I
love
actually had to
the cover
remove
of Waiting
comments
Room.
today.
So yeah. Oh
Oh,
no.
and you're your
Yeah,
own
no,
moderator?
it's yeah, I do all my
Yeah.
own stuff.
Yeah.
I do everything for, and I'm sure you have somebody on your team that edits
That's
and
right.
somebody that, arranges guests and somebody that like I
Yeah.
do everything from like answering the comments to deciding what songs to play to making the charts and memorizing the tunes, playing the tunes, like mic placement, like
Mhm.
everything, technology upgrades, like all the things. But it's not because of like it's because I want to do it.
Hmm.
Right.
And ultimately the goal is if I can make some people happy, and I've been trying to say this anywhere I can. Um, if you have a better day because you got to hear your song, your band, your interest on an instrument, and it made you go, ha ha, Like maybe on the way home when you're in traffic, you don't cut someone off because you're having a good day. Or
Yeah.
maybe you get home and your kids are being annoying and you're like, "Hey kids, you want to see something cool? This guy covered blah blah blah." And now they're looking at that and they're going like, "Hey, can I have one?" And you're like, "No, they're expensive." But like whatever it is that allows somebody to go, I was having a mediocre day or a sad day or a bad week or whatever, and all of a sudden there's and the formula, I'm just going to give you the secret sauce. Nostalgia added to a happy sound that reminds us of vacation and sunshine.
Hmm.
Like those things all coming together and people are just like, "Oh, now I'm happy because I connected to something." And
Yeah.
like it's a little tiny way
On the
to
rocks.
change. Yeah, and I've literally had people tell me like, I was in a downward spiral and now I'm not. And it's like that type of thing is just like, man, I'm so happy that, and it's Steel Pan. It's not me. I'm not taking credit. I'm
Sure.
saying like Steel Pan and like just having the opportunity of that escape. I'm selling the idea, not selling, it's free. Selling the idea of you get to escape to a different time, a different place, a different emotion. And that matters to me. That's like one of the reasons I do the job that I do, and it is my full-time job.
Mm.
And I have so much fun doing it. It opens doors. It pays the rent most of the time.
Sure.
And I'm. By the way, Pete, you work on a food truck, or you used to?
Oh yeah, those still do. Yeah.
You
It
do
did
you
today.
know? Do you
Well,
know Eric Weiner, the
yeah,
food trucks in Providence guy?
I do.
Do you do like some of the events with him, or
We,
not
we
really?
we u- we used to all the time, and then we opened a brick and mortar, so we don't as much now. But yeah, we used
Oh,
to.
okay.
Yeah,
Because I've done a bunch of events for him and
and so
Joe Boys for
I'm sure we've
the
seen each other if you did those. Yeah.
yeah, and I'm just if you ever saw a steel drummer there, chances are it was me, but you were also
Okay.
working and probably the generators were making it impossible for you to hear. So that's Brock, you're the only
Yeah.
one I've never been in the same room as.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But we'll change that. We'll change
Yeah,
that.
sure. At Supernova.
That's
That's
right.
right.
Uh,
Yeah.
and so anyway, what did I say about my favorite experience?
Online experience. Yes.
Yeah, my favorite online experience. I try to check as many comments, as many messages, and as many of the shares and tags as I can. And sometimes I literally can't do it. Um, but one day, this guy, yeah, Joe Manganiello,
Right.
he's an actor.
Oh,
He's in One Piece
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Anyway, every once in a while, like his name pops up. Like he shared a video the other day, and I'm just like, oh my goodness,
He was married to Sofia Vergara for a while. Yeah.
from Modern Family.
Yeah, and America's Got Talent. Yeah,
Yeah,
Modern Family though. Yes, you're right.
yeah, that's the one I know. And then one of the people that Tom Segura's wife, Christina something, uh,
Yep. Yep.
who is very much her own independent person and shouldn't be introduced as Tom Segura's wife, but I remembered his name and not hers
Yeah.
because it's a name I can't pronounce. Just like I
Because
had to look up Joe.
yes.
She shared a video one time, but my absolute favorite, other than maybe some of the musicians that I really appreciated hearing from. Uh, so the guy who plays Will Wheaton in The Big Bang Theory?
Yeah, Will
Yeah,
Wheaton.
Will Wheaton.
Yeah, he shared my video one time.
Really.
And I'm going through and I'm
That's a
like, "Oh
great
my
way to
goodness."
introduce him, by the way.
I was like, "Oh my goodness, it's Will Wheaton from The Big Bang Theory." And everyone else knows him from like Star Trek and
Right.
whatever that other movie he was in when he was a kid.
Yeah.
But I was just like, wow, Will Wheaton, like the Will Wheaton, has
Will
seen me play
Wheaton.
Steel
Yeah.
Pan and liked
Incredible.
it so much that he was
Yeah.
like, "Hey, I'm going to share this with my people." And I'm sure that's how the other actors found me. But
That's
like
great.
it's just like such a funny little like worlds coming together thing. Like you're on my television screen, and now I'm on your phone screen, and it's just a
Oh,
weird. That was like my favorite, and it's not a
Yeah.
normal thing, but I geeked out pretty hard at that moment.
oh
Turnabout
yeah.
is fair play.
When
Mhm.
Big Bang's Will Wheaton. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the guy who played Will Wheaton
Yes, thank
Oh,
you.
yes,
Yes,
yes.
right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right. It's basically like the Seinfeld Newman, because Sheldon feels about Will Wheaton the way that Seinfeld Jerry felt about Newman.
yes,
Yeah, yeah,
yes.
yeah. So I
Yeah.
just made that
Anyway,
connection now. There you go.
that's pretty funny.
For all you
Um,
Seinfeld heads out there. Okay.
do you actually have time to talk about cruise ships? I don't
Oh
know if
yeah.
you.
Oh,
We
yeah.
have a little time, yeah. And so one of the
Okay.
things you've heard a couple episodes, right? And so you know that sometimes, occasionally, we like to play games.
Yeah, this
Squid
is what I'm
games
afraid
is what
of.
we call them
No,
because
Yeah, yeah.
no one
don't
has used that for
don't
anything
even
else, and so
know
we
what
figure it's
TM
pretty
TM.
original, and we're going to keep it.
Yeah, that's
Um,
right.
I think by way of getting into the cruise ship conversation, you've spent some time on them, and I know there's a lot of different roles. You know us kind of, from your interactions here, from what you've heard from our
Hmm.
previous shows, and so
Uh,
That's right.
I would like you to give each of us a job on a cruise ship that you would not want to do.
oh, that I
Mm.
wouldn't want to do. Okay.
Correct, yeah, because you've got the
Ooh,
one
I
that
Um,
you
like this.
did, and presumably you
right.
you kind of like that in some ways. So each of us, and you can ask each of us a question or two if you need to get some context.
Oh no,
But
I've got this, I think.
you got it
But
locked in already. Okay.
but first,
Yes.
I don't want to call out Reese, but when you asked Reese this question about cereal, you said you would want him to name a cereal, and he actually named real cereals.
He did.
Yeah.
Did you want him to make up cereals for you, or
That's what
did
we were
you?
hoping.
Okay, so do you
I
want me
don't
to
remember the
make up
episode.
jobs for you, or do you want me to assign real jobs from the
Ooh.
cruise
I say
industry?
never correct your heroes.
I so who's my hero in this situation?
In this situation, you are our hero, so I'm gonna
Oh,
go with
okay.
how you read
Right.
the question.
I was like, are you telling me I shouldn't have called out Reese? Sorry, Reese.
Well, there goes my hero. Watch him as he goes. Yep.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't done that song.
Yeah, you should.
Um, I
Hint.
should.
Push it up.
Okay.
You've been on
No,
the pod now. You can go to Foo
yeah.
Fighters.
I think
Oh, good.
my,
I
my
did
guess is
Everlong.
that you can get some stories from your experience of things maybe you saw that you either would never want to be involved with, or something that you're like, that's a bad job, what have you. So my thought was, yeah, if you choose each of us and say he's got an acumen for this, they would be great at cleaning, the toilets or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So, Kevin, I think that you're going to be really good. I'm just shooting from the hip here. This is
Oh, yeah.
actually not what I think, but I think this would be a really funny job to see you have to do.
Perfect.
I think you're in charge of the child care during the day when the parents go off and do fun stuff and dump their kids on somebody, and you have to figure out how to contain an entire cruise ship full of children by keeping them active but also in the same place. And they're all ages, so that this could
Okay.
be babies all the way up. And Kevin,
25.
I want to see you do that job. I don't know that
Wow.
it's in your skill set or not. Maybe you have kids. I
There's
don't
only one
actually
way to
know.
find out if I can do it.
And so you are the child care person on the cruise line. Uh, Pete,
Yeah.
I really wish they had a brewmaster because you seem like the guy. But
Oh man. All right.
um,
I'm in.
but I think you fix the engines, perhaps. I think that's what you
Yeah.
do.
So
Again,
you,
I
you
don't
want
know.
a Titanic situation? Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll
We
make my
left
job
the.
easier.
Yeah. Oh, that's not nice. I love it. We just a side note about the Titanic.
Yeah.
And my heart goes out to these people, but the
Too
Costa
soon. Too soon.
Concordia.
Yeah.
Well, so the Costa Concordia went down in the port that we used to be stationed out of,
Oh
and
man.
we left there like the week. I think it was like the week it happened, or like a week or two
Mm.
after it happened. So we were across the ocean, and we heard about that, and like the entire demeanor
Oh.
of our industry went, because it was like all of a sudden everyone was just in full-time training, and because like 101 people passed away on that
Right.
vessel. And it was just such a heartbreaking moment to be in the industry and have to see that. It's
Mm.
just really, just really a hard thing. But anyway, not that now, Brock, you can be sad about that one.
Yeah.
I will. I will.
Yeah.
It
I'm
just
sad
that
about
just
that one.
like I thought about that. Like that was the closest we were to having that type
Yeah.
of a situation. It's like
And
somebody next to us had it, you know.
and my too soon comment, I thought you were bringing up the Titanic. So okay.
No, no,
Yeah, yeah.
no. But yeah, you fix engines. Good luck.
Okay. Great.
And
Yep.
and Rock,
YouTube's my friend.
I think you're the cruise director.
Oh,
let's
no.
go.
And so you're the face of the ship.
Oh, congratulations. Yeah.
And so
Is it the
you
mustache? Is that
have-
why?
It is 100%. And you're like
Okay.
clean shaven as far as I can tell. I don't know. You know,
Yeah.
it's hard to tell
Yep.
on screens.
Yep.
Yeah.
People have told me I am, and I'm like, no, I'm just blonde. But yeah, no, the mustache says that you have all of what it takes to be the cruise director.
Oh, thank you. Goes with the hat. Pete, show him your hat. Is it there?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, yeah. There we go. Perfect.
There it is.
Captain's
Oh
hat.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, too bad our ship doesn't have a captain, but
That's
now
right.
it does.
Yeah, now it does. Let's go. I stayed on a
Um,
ship that was landlocked in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. That's where I got this hat. That's right.
That's like Amish country, isn't it?
Yeah, they have a steamboat in there. Just so you know, if you ever wanted to stay on a
That's fun.
steamboat in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, it's landlocked. There's no water around it, but you can stay
How
there.
did they get the ship there?
Don't worry
Or
about
the
it.
boat? It's a steamboat. Don't worry
Don't
about
worry
it.
about
Don't
it.
worry about
Helicopter.
Amish buggies.
They called up Ethan Luck and borrowed his helicopters, and
Yep.
Mhm.
And then the
Um,
Amish guys down the street. Yep.
What jobs do you think you would do now that like
Ooh.
did you all know that question by the way going in?
No.
Like, are
No.
you like, hey, let's mess with him, let's make him,
Oh, this is
no, because you
most of the time inside baseball is one of us comes up with a question and the rest of us are left surprised. So
oh nice, good.
this week it was our boy Brock. Usually
That's
it's
right.
usually it's Jared who couldn't
Mhm.
be here tonight, but you know it depends on the week.
Jared is the I got to give him a role anyway.
Yes.
I think that Jared is the guy who has to replace the food when it's starting to go bad
Oh.
in the on the Lido deck in the buffet line. He has to
Yes.
go
Okay.
and take out the trays and
He's a
sometimes
nightmare.
he's late and so people still get food poisoning.
Gotcha.
Wow, he
Gotcha.
would
Is
love
that
In a
fair? I
contained
don't really
system.
know him that
That's
well.
fair. No, that's very
Yeah,
fair.
I mean,
Yep.
Yeah.
none
We've
of these
only met
jobs are
0
fair.
times.
Yes.
Yeah, none of us want to do these jobs, so I think
No.
you did the
Right.
job
Mhm.
perfectly.
You did the
Thank
job
you.
correctly because
And-
I don't want to fix the engines.
And the thing is though, with Jared, like the reason that people get sick is because he kind of is like, I'm gonna push the envelope here. I'm gonna see if I can just wait to change out the rice on the sushi until it's too late because these people
That's
deserve
what's
it, you know?
That's
Just a little bit more. Well, and so I mean,
Yes.
full transparency, Jared is not here because when we went to Savannah, he got very sick. And so
Oh, no. Too
I think
soon.
it's too soon.
Yeah, talk about too soon.
But very appropriate.
But very
it makes
appropriate.
perfect sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Incredible.
Did you eat somewhere specific that like
We don't
know still. We just
Well-
went
Yeah.
to a place, right? Like
Yeah.
Well,
We might
Where-
time this out, but yeah.
Where did you eat there? There's a cool pirate restaurant there.
we
we
went
ate
to the
there.
pirate house?
yeah,
But
There you
Jared didn't
go.
go there. But Jared didn't go
Oh,
there.
okay.
yeah. The food was really good.
Yeah, that was
And
that
they
was
used
very
to have
cool.
a restaurant called the Fox and the something,
Hound.
and it
No,
was
I
a
don't-
vegan restaurant. And it was
Ooh.
amazing.
Yeah, I've never been
the
to
You
fox
all
and the
look like
avocado.
vegans.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh,
Thank
man,
you.
Yeah,
I'm
obviously.
Thank
I'm
you.
the veganest vegan out there. Thank you.
Brock, did you run a
Brock,
mile
maybe.
today?
I did not. No, I haven't run a mile since gosh.
You broke your foot?
Well,
No. No.
so I
mean-
broke my finger last summer. So I was running a mile every day of 24 and 25. I had mileage goals, but not every day. And and then I haven't been running much since then. So yeah. So no, I have not.
Here's your Instagram challenge then, since we're doing an
Mm.
everyday steel pan thing here.
Yeah, yeah.
You should get back into running,
Uh-huh.
and it doesn't matter how much. It can be,
Yep.
a football field, 100
Sure.
yards, whatever. Is that what
Yep.
a football field is? 100
Yep.
yards?
Exactly.
Yep.
Precisely.
Ding!
Sports.
Correct.
Sports.
Sports.
As the resident sports
Um,
guy, you are correct,
yeah.
sir.
You should do an Instagram video where you run a certain distance with a video camera on, like, on your head or something like GoPro
Mm.
or whatever, and then
Yeah.
just post the footage of wherever you ran, but
Sure.
Yeah.
super
Sure.
sped up, like speed it up like a million times, and then
This is
that
like
could
Kevin's
be.
walk and rock. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
know
yeah.
about this.
You should
It's
do
all good.
this.
Kevin
Yeah.
walks and he plays a cool song that he likes.
Yep.
Oh,
So, because my favorite thing is like if you're out like walking in nature, so it's like this nice peaceful scene, and then I've just got like some insane like metal like just blasting.
where do I want? Is this on Instagram?
Yeah, it's on my Instagram. It's
Time out.
How do I find you? Did I already add you?
uh I don't know, maybe. It's One Wall Cinema.
Oh yeah, it says I'm following you. I think I
Okay.
added you today.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. I tried to do a little
I
tiny
know.
bit of like
I saw that
just
at work
jumping in.
today, and I went, "Oh, all right, let's go." I felt special.
I
Thank
was
you.
like, I don't know if these people will know who I am or why I'm following them.
Yeah. Oh, I knew.
I know who you are.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
yeah, no,
and
we've talked.
one inside, I basically, I mean, most of the other guys have access to the show Instagram, but I kind of do the show Instagram, and so I follow you there. So that's why I followed all your content, and then I realized I wasn't following you today on mine. I'm like, oh man, let's
Mm.
change
Oh,
that.
it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
No, I know, but
Yep.
I'm like, I see it all there.
Yeah, thank you
Yeah.
for watching on the show page though.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
When
nice.
you did the
Pete.
waiting room cover, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. That's the
Yeah.
one Will Wheaton shared from
Yeah.
Big Bang Theory.
Well, and I don't
Beautiful.
know how long you were waiting in the waiting room, but we have Fugazi playing in our waiting room as you come in. So
Oh.
I mean, it probably you just didn't unmute it, but you know.
I don't yeah, when I got on, you started talking and I realized I was muted and invisible.
Oh, sure. So
And
yeah,
I
when you
was
got on,
feeling,
we just let you in, so you didn't get
Yeah.
any waiting room. That's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
just
what it,
when
okay.
you come back, yeah, we'll have the waiting room, and you know,
Is that an
so
invitation?
that's an invitation, my friend.
That's
Or
right.
you
There
just
you
want me
go.
to click the link again after we're done?
Well, no, I mean
You
when
could
you
do
come
either
back
one.
in the future. Yeah,
You could do both. Yeah. Depends on how many times you want to hear waiting room.
Yeah, that's right.
All of the time.
All the time. Yeah.
That is the correct answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody so I work, and this is not like a flex. This is just like I work
Flex
for
of
a
what?
lot of different types of places, and one of the places I work is a very like elite resort type thing. And I work there in the summertime as a steel pan player right on the beach, and it's like an event that's open to the public but at a pretty high ticket price,
Sure.
not because of me but because of the lobsters they serve.
Mm.
And their executive chef started following me on Instagram, and so now he gets to see me play all these things that would not be appropriate for this venue.
It would never
But
be. Yeah. At that. Yeah.
yeah, he told me he said that's going to be his request, his waiting room this year.
Nice.
Which is, I mean, I
Yes.
guess a good point to say, like, I don't play all of these songs in my live show.
Mm.
I'm prepared to play a short punk rock show for people that say, hey, I saw your whatever, Rancid, No Effects, whatever. I can probably play like some of those songs. Maybe I can do a whole Lagwagon song.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I don't know that I can do like the Fugazi song. I have it written out. Like I could read it. I don't think it's going to go very well at a live show. Like I don't think
Sure,
I'm going to
right.
do a perfect job at it.
Just
Yeah.
do a
You saw the
medley.
part.
Yeah.
I practiced that for like several hours before I posted it. And like I
Yeah.
worked really hard just to be able to functionally display what Fugazi would sound like if it was on this instrument. And, it's probably like 45 seconds or a minute long. And for me to do the whole song live on demand is like, oh no, people keep asking me to do the blast beat from Slayer.
Okay.
And I'm like, the double bass drum part. And I'm like, you don't know what this instrument is at all if you're asking for the double bass drum part of the drum thing. Like I can go like I can do that.
Right.
I can't do it on a steel pan or it's gonna sound like, Mario Sunshine.
And
Yes.
But
maybe that's
it's
what they really want. Maybe that's
Yeah.
like the
yeah.
unspoken
They, they,
desire,
they want Super Mario. Yeah.
They do.
And
They do.
and this is where you're going, well, I said I wanted to make people happy, so
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. Sounds like
Yeah, well,
gotta
jazz.
do
well,
the
this is
impossible.
very regional, but can you do the old sail away on the Block Island Ferry?
Oh, for those of
Oh,
you who don't know,
yeah.
the Block Island Ferry is the only means to get to Block Island unless you
Yes,
have
sir.
wings or your own boat or
Mm,
swim really far.
mm.
Uh, I think Block Island is more than halfway to New York from
Yeah.
Rhode Island.
Yes, sir.
I think it's something like 13 or 18 miles, somewhere around there. And I played there
Oh,
on
I'm
Friday
still
night,
waiting.
actually.
Wow. I have
Wow.
not yet been to Block Island, but I know the
I
song so well.
Yep.
I spent my first overnight on Block
Yeah.
Island this past weekend. I've been
Hmm.
there before, but I've never done an overnight.
Okay.
But I do have two other dates there this summer. I did
Oh,
not play the
maybe I'll
Block
have to.
Island Ferry. Oh, you want to go?
Maybe I'll have to go to Block Island for the first time for your stuff at Block Island.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Hit me up
talk.
about that.
Yeah, we'll
I'll
talk.
give you the date and the location.
Okay.
I can play the song, the part that anybody can sing. The
Right.
sail away on the
Be on the
Block
Block
Island
Island
Ferry.
Ferry.
Yeah, no, I can totally play that song. I don't know the whole song because I've never
Right.
cared to learn more than the hook.
Right.
But
Right.
what a cool reference.
Yeah. Well, when
What
I think of
about
Steel Pan, I'm like, man, some little Block Island Ferry jingle. That would be
Yeah.
awesome.
for our Great Lakes people? What about the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald?
Send me a link. Send me the link to the proper version that you want me to mimic.
Yeah, it's just to me it seems like maybe it's a I don't know like
Wow.
a stylistic pariah to me. Like I don't know if you can take like a sad song about an actual 1975 shipwreck and make it happy on steel pan, but maybe you can. I'm not saying you can't
Oh,
do it. I'm just not sure like do you
100%
want to?
yes.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
yeah, that would be. I mean, we've spoken a little bit about sinking ships on this show already, so
We have.
yeah.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
why not carry on
Titanic
the
too
theme?
soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Can you do
what
My
was
Heart Will
that?
Go On? Okay. Sorry.
Right, right. Celine Dion.
Um,
Um,
Now I'm thinking about George Costanza, his life being sadder than the survivor from the Andrea what's that ship called?
uh-huh.
Or was that a fire? I
Yes.
don't even remember. But anyway,
All right. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
I was just going to ask if you actually had specific questions about cruise work.
I do. I do. We've got limited time because I've got kids to put to bed, as you may have heard about on other podcasts as well.
Yeah.
But I know that there are a couple. I just wanted to ask, like, you
Rapid
worked.
fire answers for you.
Yeah,
Boom.
exactly.
Let's
You
go.
worked as a cruise ship musician. Is this correct?
I was the drum set player for a jazz trio when I first started. I started in Italy. I played 5 hours a night every single night. We did not have days off. People would come and dance, usually either before dinner or in between shows or for like late night cocktails.
Mm-hmm.
We played in the dance. There's like a dance lounge on deck three or the third deck in the atrium. So like you could hear us down below, but it was piano, bass, and drums, and I was the drummer, mostly
Okay.
brushes, drum
Yeah.
set.
Right. Okay. So rapid fire. What are three gross things that happen on cruise ships that people don't know?
People die on cruise ships,
Mm-hmm.
and there is a morgue.
Yes.
And I
Okay.
don't know
Oh.
if you know that, and I'm going to out the company, not name them, but they had a code, Bright Star. If they said Bright Star three times, it meant somebody had passed away on board
Oh,
on the
geez.
ship during the
Oh,
day, and they
Wow.
had to
wow.
go,
Okay.
and medical team would have to go deal with
Right.
that. So that
Mm-hmm.
that happened.
Oh.
People know about norovirus.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
hence
Yep. That's
all
also
that.
gross.
Yep. Yep. Mhm.
Also gross, and I'm sure that there's stuff going on in the pools that people know about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. We all do. Yeah.
I think just the level of sludge, even though they clean all the time,
Mm-hmm.
it just seems like everything's always coated. Like you can run your hand on anything and be like, "Ew, it's sticky and gross." Like
Mhm.
anything,
Right.
in the backstage areas or whatever.
Right.
So I think that's probably, but that's no different than like restaurant work, right?
Mhm.
Like,
Sure. Right.
Right.
but it's
It's
like
just
the
we clean
whole
very well.
ship.
No,
They can clean. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't say food
Yeah,
trucks.
we
Oh,
clean
you have a brick and
very
mortar
well.
now.
Yeah, right.
much better
That's
than a cruise ship. Yeah.
Rescinded, not coming back. I'm kidding.
Yeah. Was that 3?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. I mean,
Okay.
I guess I'll throw in a bonus one.
Yeah.
And it's like the relationships that go on between
Oh.
Okay.
the guests sometimes, or the guests and the staff, or just the staff.
Wow.
It's like you're on board. It's a small city and you can't escape. And so if you're there for an 8 month or like
Yeah.
full year contract,
Mhm.
you're trying to figure out your way around. And it's just like being
Yeah.
in high school all over again.
Purple,
And it's
Right,
like,
purpling
you know,
happens.
who
Purpling
dated who,
happens.
one of
Yeah.
those things.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
The weird question I didn't want to have to go on record answering, but that's
No,
fine.
no.
There we go. Yeah. Well, I was going to ask, like, where do you go to canoodle?
I didn't, because I was in a
I
committed
don't
relationship
know.
when I went
Yeah. Right.
anywhere.
Right. Almost anywhere out of view or slightly out of view. Most common drug.
Whoa.
Oh. On cruise lines?
Dare. As a proud member of Dare, I
Not
appreciate
saying who,
Sorry.
not saying what company. Just, I'm
I-
assuming at some point someone uses something.
Oh yeah. I mean, everybody's an alcoholic because they can use their paycheck to pay for it
And
without
that's the
actually
answer.
taking out
Yep.
money. Literally, my
Yep.
roommate, who is a lovely person, my
Hmm.
roommate from the cruise line, the first contract, spent more than hhan his paycheck on alcohol
Amazing.
Okay.
in a
Yep.
week. And it
Yep.
was like,
Okay.
well, if you're spending
Mhm.
100% of your income on alcohol, like, isn't that the drug
Mhm.
that
Yep.
you're
Yep. It
on?
sure
But
is.
I'm sure other people were on other things.
Yeah.
I didn't partake.
It's a
So
company
I didn't
store
even drink.
situation. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a good
What
question.
about pettiest disagreements between staff?
Ooh.
Oh, I had a guy that was so mad at me that he was the band leader, and he played piano, and he uh reported me to the cruise director for playing the drums too violently.
Whoa.
And
Wow.
so
Talk about
I would
Brushing
do
with aggression.
things. Oh yeah. You hit the drums and it makes me feel like you're going to hurt me. And I was playing like
Yes.
brushes and jazz. He was just
Uh-huh.
trying to make up something. But
Wow. Did you
Yeah.
feel like you were
Uh,
back in the church? I mean, sorry.
where do you stand with that? No,
Right.
so
We'll talk later.
I was very much like, hey, that's a ridiculous statement to even make. So that was one. Another, and these are all with me too. Another person threatened to kill me on stage into a microphone
Oh, geez.
because I stopped the song on her cue. Like, she was the band leader, but
Right.
she apparently was trying to cue me to do something differently. That was a
Wow.
different band, different ship, different contract.
Wow.
So it was always the band leaders. It's these,
Mhm.
power tripping band leaders that
Okay.
can't make it as musicians on land.
Right.
And
Wow.
so they end up on a vessel where, they get underpaid, and then they try to like abuse their power. And so
But the audience can't get away. Yeah.
yeah, and they she walked off stage after threatening to kill me.
Wow.
And we were in the middle of a show.
Crazy.
Oh.
And
What happened then?
The cruise director was there, the whoever the other person that was the event manager was there. I said, hey, I want to like essentially press charges because that's not who I can't work here if it's like that. And they said, well, she's been with the company for 7 years and you've only been here for like 2 years or whatever. And
Seniority, dude. Yeah.
she's got seniority. And I
Wow.
said, either she's gone or I'm gone by the end of the week. And
Okay.
I walked off in Florida and just bought my
Wow.
own ticket home at that point because I
Incredible.
didn't, yeah. So that
Yeah,
was,
no,
it's
that's not
usually
cool.
just
Right.
like petty disagreements over not, and I wasn't even fighting her. She was just
Mhm.
fighting.
Right.
She
Yeah.
was fighting, but
Some
I
people
ended
are
up
lovers
going,
and some are not. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So I just didn't need that, so I left. But there was a
Yeah.
lot of relationship drama and stuff too. But that
Sure.
not for me.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
One girl actually got kicked off, and they made her stay in her room for like 3 or 4 days, and she got kicked off because her fiance was fighting with the cruise director, and so he leveraged it to try to like use it against him. Like, well, she can't stay here if you're fighting me, you know? So
This could be a reality.
stuff happened all the time. Anyway, sorry to keep going.
No, you're
that's
okay.
all right.
I feel like I need to watch a reality show. Oh wait, Peacock's got.
We need to make one.
Okay.
Yes, a Jersey boat.
Yeah.
And so,
Ooh.
last one before we say adieu. In terms of you've been working on a cruise ship for however long, first thing you do when you get off the boat that you can't do on the boat.
That you can't do on the boat. I don't drive a car.
Right.
All right, there we go.
Kiss the ground and go land ho.
To be fair, at the time I came home to a relationship. I hadn't seen somebody in a long time, and so I spent time with them. That was the actual thing that I did. But like,
there we go. Yeah.
If you're just like getting off, that you like reconnect with humanity. Let's say that.
Perfect.
That's right.
The truth.
I love it. Thank you. I feel like we could probably do a whole other show on cruise ships, so we're gonna have to do that at some point.
Yeah, well, we did invite him back. I'll give it back to you.
Write that down, Pete.
Thank you.
Yeah. I want to find out if you're on the DC Talk cruise, and but that's
nope.
Okay, there you go. And that's all we'll say about
Quick
that.
answer. Nope.
Nope, not at all. All right, Aaron, thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
This was a lot of fun. It's nice to meet all of you and put faces to voices and all that. Really, really nice to talk to you. Thank you so much for supporting me and for having me here, and
Absolutely.
nice to have like an interesting and fun conversation, and hopefully the listeners enjoyed it, and thanks to them for their support too. We'll see everybody at Supernova.
For sure. And where people can hear you one more time.
Panoramic View on streamers, Cody Percussion on Instagram or TikTok, Panoramic View Steel Drums on Facebook, and then and Supernova is the play, or Block Island.
Or
Come see me live.
Let's all sail away on the Block Island
That's it.
Ferry. Yeah.
Not the Fitzgerald, right?
No, can't do that
Brock,
one.
when you come out here,
Not
we're going
this
to go on
summer.
the Block Island Ferry. I mean,
we got to do this.
I'm going to send you the clip of that, and it will be stuck in your head forever, because that's what happened to me when I moved to Rhode Island.
Good jingle writing.
Absolutely. Yep.
But
And
yeah,
that's the
definitely.
news.
Let's. Oh, I'm sorry, Brock. I apologize. let's meet up in real life. We'll chat.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, send me a message.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, here's the other thing is I'm going to be out there this summer. I'll be in Gloucester, so not
Gloucester.
particularly close, but I will be out there. So if we can make it happen, we'll see what we can do.
We have some Boston shows. Quincy,
Yeah.
So
Quincy.
Whereabouts in Quincy?
Sunset Pier.
Brock tried.
Okay.
Sunset
Brock's kids
Pier.
are going to be up forever.
That's
Not
right. They'll come
Quincy
in
Adams.
soon. Yeah. Brock, you hit it, buddy. Hit it.
And that's the news from Lake Skabegon, where all the steel pans are strong, all of the steel pan players are good looking, and all of the music, including the slip notes and grace notes, are above average.
Ooh, onward. Floyd Kramer. I mean, pickle soldiers.
Oh, we did it. Another perfect podcast.
Yes.
Fabulous.
Oh my goodness.
deal.
Thank you so much, Aaron.
Yeah, thanks so
Good
much
time.
for having me. This was
Really
awesome.
grateful it worked out. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool that we share so much kind of back history that relates. Plenty. We could talk even more about audio adrenaline, probably.
Yeah.
I don't even remember anything about audio adrenaline now. It's been so
the
long.
podcast for you. It's audio A to Z with the Lawless Twins.
That's
and
right,
you
yeah.
can learn all about. And remember,
Well,
audio adrenaline.
You know what's kind of funny though?
Yeah.
I think there was a point where after that happened, I gave away all my Christian CDs except for
course.
5 Iron Frenzy, because
Yeah,
I was
there we
like,
go.
my mom can't have this, and I just gave them to like my brother or something. I was like, I never want to see these Christian CDs again, because they were the
Take
ones
that,
I was
Mom.
allowed to keep. Yeah,
Yeah.
Right. Oh, I love it. Oh, that's so good.
Well, it's been a quiet week here in Lake Skabegon, my hometown. This week, the Squids sit down with steel pan percussionist Aaron Cote, a member of the Island Time Steel Band, Panoramic View, the Sunshine Melodies, the Copacetics, and viral videos of. I literally cannot talk today. Every 4 words.
Brad is dead. Let's kill Brad.
You're listening to the Geekscape Network.